Now you're gonna believe us. Now you're gonna believe us. Now you're gonna believe us. We've gotta won the league. Ladies and gentlemen, and variations thereupon. Matt? Ladies and gentlemen, and variations thereupon. This is Modern Escapian. Fuck me.
Modern Escapian?
That's what he is.
It's a new form of humans.
I've evolved.
Fucking Ian.
Ladies and gentlemen, and variations thereupon. This is Modern Escapism. Champions, 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 champions. Hello everyone and welcome to Modern Escapism, the podcast of champions. My name is Stig and I have no intros for the rest of the team this week because I decided I'd do this last minute because somebody's hurt his voice. Because he's a champion. Hello Oodles.
Hello.
This man is also a champion. It's Biggie.
Hello.
And this man by association, because he's from Newcastle and they won something this year, is a quasi-champion. Hello Gadget.
Champion?
Champion. And Candy. Hi.
Hello. I'm champion.
Candy's our champion.
Well,
She drinks a lot of champagne.
She's our champion at the front of the horde when we go in to invade London. She's the one carrying the flag and the battle hammer.
Oh, I like that. Yeah, into that.
Got the big tit armor.
You once
Bristol
bought a 10p chomp.
Bristol got into the playoffs, so
They did.
That'll do.
She probably don't even support Brizzle.
Don't support Bristol. I'm from Swindon. My dad could be turning in his... My dad's alive.
It's not Swindon. It's certainly not Windon.
Turning in his spinny chair.
I
Did you do a football joke then, Gadget?
Yeah, it was. I sent it to you all the other day.
That's all I had, Candy. You live near Bristol, and they.
I can't. I'll be disowned.
Yeah,
not a Brazilian.
You support a Bristol hockey team, don't you? That so.
And that is just skating on thin ice. Excuse the pun.
Wee.
Wow.
Oh well, I don't know what Swindon did this year, so
Nothing.
I think.
Well done, regardless. Well done, regardless.
I think they lost a lot based on the jokes I've seen online.
It's the taking part that counts.
It's Swindon Town, is it?
Yeah. Swindon Toon.
13th position in League Two. No, 19th position in League Two.
Sorry,
My
can't hear you from down there. Sorry.
They drew today with Milton Keynes.
Brilliant.
Never mind, eh?
I do apologise. I do apologise, listeners. I'm usually the host, but I've inhaled a lot of flares and sung a lot of karaoke because I went to Northman Rob's stag do, and we got him royally drunk. He had to leave at 9.
What time did he start? 8?
No, about 1.
You're still mad at him, aren't you, Biggie?
I carried on. I carried on till 2 a.m. So from 10:30. So yeah, I've got no voice. Sorry. So Stig's gonna carry on.
Kind of. Well, that's it. That's all I had. We're the champions. We're the Premier League champions. Leeds are the Championship champions. We're all very, very happy when it comes to football. So, Biggie, why don't you tell us about what other news is going on elsewhere? It's time for Biggie's breaking news.
You may already know, but he doesn't, because it's time for Biggie's breaking news.
Okay, there's a game that some of you may have heard of. Grand Theft Auto number 6.
Oh, is it coming out? Is it early release?
No. It has officially been delayed to 2026.
Called it.
In fact, the 26th of May, 2026. So yeah, over a year away.
At least that means we'll get some release dates for other games.
I was going to say, all those game companies are like, well, do you think that's anything to do with the... Oh, actually, I might spoil the other news.
Borderlands being brought forward.
Yeah.
No,
That's the one.
Well, do you think Borderlands being brought forward was on for like the same day as GTA 6? Like, shit, we're going to let Randy Pitchford have this.
Yeah, I did wonder if it was something like that, yeah.
Yeah, because Randy Pitchford absolutely thinks they're in the same level category of quality.
No,
He's that deluded.
He does.
He does. He thinks it's like a premier fucking like IP that like the gamers just need.
It's a weird one though, isn't it? Because I think
No, it's not.
GTA 5. Did they imply it was coming out in 2025? Because I can't actually remember.
6,
yeah.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
Did they
Yes.
imply
On their first trailer,
because-
their first official trailer, yes.
Yeah, so it was coming out. But then if you remember back to all those halcyon days of the 7th generation, GTA 5 was delayed 2 or 3 times before that came out.
Yes.
Because it was,
So this isn't really a surprise.
Yeah,
then,
I
is
think
it
it was originally supposed to be out in 2012, and then it ended up being like September 2023.
Red Dead 2
2013
got
it came
pushed
out.
back as well.
Yeah, it's like these games are fucking enormous. Never
Yeah.
believe the first release date they give you because they're never going to meet it. And it's also when it's being a game that is this hyped, they can't afford to miss. You know, they can't release a game that has technical issues. They can't release a game that is buggy, broken, or whatever. They can't release a game that's a disappointment. So,
because
because
it's going to make the money for the next 5-10 years.
Yeah, and they
You know,
literally live on the fact that they want to see high 90s on Metacritic.
yeah,
As if,
like,
if any GTA that gets released now is lower than a 90, that's going to be a headline.
I mean, Rockstar North, you know, the one in Dundee, they have a reputation now of being consistently high 90s on their
the
Metacritics.
second that's tarnished, it's an uphill struggle forever, isn't it?
But they also have the money
me.
to be able to delay these indefinitely.
Yeah.
They could delay this for the next 10 years to make it perfect.
And
if
they can just
wanted
pop
to.
out another GTA Online expansion in the meantime.
Yeah. Or, you
you
know,
know,
remind people that Red Dead Online exists.
Does it still?
Still.
No, I didn't think it does anymore.
It was
Does
offline.
it?
You have to have private lobbies now.
I thought
don't you?
I think they turned it off.
Did they kill it?
Yeah, you just can't do stuff with Red Dead Online. You couldn't
No.
do with GTA. It just doesn't
Yeah.
work.
Horses
But
aren't
I
fast
was
enough.
thinking about when they
It's hard to
announced,
drift around a corner in a.
when they announced the delay to that game, that Amelia wasn't even born when GTA 5 came out. She was still a month away from being born.
And now she's
Crazy.
42.
Tell you what, you chose GTA 6 for your fancy critic choice. Oh.
Oodles went in on GTA 6 and Silk Song.
Look, right. I'm a gambler. You got to know when to roll them.
I still think one of those will come out. I'm pretty sure. I think.
You've also got to know when to fold them. That's my problem.
Yeah, well, I think that was just inevitable, wasn't it?
Yeah, there was no chance it was coming out this year.
I think the problem is, right, huge when it dropped. Everyone was like, whoa. But now everyone's gone, oh, yeah, well.
Well, also we haven't really seen anything from it. There's been a few screenshots out. There's only been that one trailer, which has been...
And the leaks.
which has been analysed, like, pixel to pixel.
The only backlash from that trailer was, female.
Not what?
Yeah. Hispanic.
Woke. It's fucking...
And that
they're
Florida
fucking
man kicking off as
They're in
well.
Florida.
Oh, yeah. the
Packet
fucking
Doritos I'm ever having.
There was a...
Florida Joker.
Yeah, that's it. The tattoo
Yeah, that's
fella.
it.
So they've done all right. I mean, I think people love them enough to just be like, lads, take your time.
Yeah, let him cook. Let him cook.
Cool.
Yeah.
Did any of you pick
Plenty
this
of
as a
games to play,
prediction?
it's fine.
You what, mate? What do you
No
say?
idea. We'll revisit the predictions back in January.
I don't even know. Stig told me to forget him, and he didn't need to tell me to forget him because I've forgotten. He knows he doesn't need to tell me.
Anyway, next.
Well, I don't know if any of you guys saw this. I just clicked on this today. Half-Life 3 is not just in development, it's now playable end-to-end, Leaker suggests.
Don't believe
Bullshit.
it.
I've heard
According
that.
to Valve Insider Tyler
I've-
McVicker, he suggests the eagerly anticipated sequel could be announced as early as the summer, Q3, with a possible release before the end of 2025, although probably winter Q4.
Now we know why GTA backed off. They got wind Half-Life 3 was coming out. They're like, nah.
It will. If it does, it will pop huge on PC. Like, it will be fucking
Mate,
mammoth.
the internet will go
Gabe
down.
just recently... Yeah, but didn't he just recently refer to it saying it's not happening?
It was in that documentary, but
Gabe
also...
says a lot of things.
Yeah.
He said on that documentary that they're always looking for ways to make it exist, as in they need to push a boundary like they've always pushed a boundary. He's not doing it until they have a plan to push the boundaries of like first person story shooters. Do you know what I mean?
Well,
he said
it's
because that's
funny
what they
you
did with
mentioned
2.
that.
Oh,
Because this
I'm
leaker
inside it.
addressed the rumour of the procedural generation system, and it says it's been misunderstood by the general public.
Yeah. Yeah, it's what he said, didn't he? It's what Gabe said. He said, we're waiting until we've got a firm idea. Like, obviously they know the story beats, but they want a gameplay thing, because that's what Half-Life, that's why they're legendary titles. Look what 2 did with all the physics and stuff, and 1 did with immersive gameplay. You'd never seen that before. They're not just going to drop a first-person shooter now and be like, oh, look, it's Freeman again.
Yeah, Alex is still
They
the
need
best,
something.
like VR FPS, like just the stuff you can do in that. It's fantastic.
And that's
you know,
what they'll be waiting for.
But then you think, like, what can they do?
That's it, innit? What can they do at this point?
Because for me, I still haven't played a first-person shooter that's done stuff that Titanfall 2 was doing.
Mm-hmm.
And that was like 9 years ago.
Yep. Yeah, it still feels extremely modern, that game.
Yeah.
Hmm.
So,
I
but
don't
yeah,
know.
it's all bullshit until it comes out of Valve's mouth. In my opinion, is just the amount of Half-Life 3 bullshit we've had in the last decade is, yeah.
I do, though, in a weird way, but kind of believe these rumors, because Half-Life's one of those rare games that doesn't need a release trailer. It doesn't need that. It can pop tomorrow and it still sell what it needs to sell.
It literally, all we would need is the G-Man. The trailer could just literally be the G-Man coming on saying, "Wake up,
Really
Gordon,
good,
it's
rezzed up.
time," and a release date
Out tomorrow.
People would buy it. I don't think people would need to see it.
Time to wake up, Gordon. It's been
Genuinely,
a while.
If
Something like
they
that.
drop that, if they drop that, and then it was a pre-order
fades to a
date on
date.
Steam,
Yeah.
I just go pre-order it. I wouldn't even have to see the game.
That's what I'm saying. It doesn't need that push. It's
Coming out soon on mobile.
now that
Still would
destroy people.
That
would destroy people. Coming now exclusively to Samsung Gear VR.
Ooh. Next.
Bit of sad news, I'm afraid. A couple of websites made some announcements this week. Polygon has been sold to Valnet and has been hit with massive layoffs. The video game website has been sold to click farm powerhouse Valnet. Much of its masthead has been laid off. Kotaku mentioned this week. I'm no longer with Polygon. If you're hiring, please consider the many talented writers and editors now on the market, posted Polygon co-founder and EIC Chris Plant or Plante. Every one of these deserves a spot on your staff. I won't be talking about the sale because I wasn't involved. Going to hang out with my kid, taking wins where I can.
So if you want to get the vibe of what Valnet are about, they own Scream Rant, Game Rant, and The Gamer, as well as DualShockers.
I can't go on them websites, the rant
They're all-
websites. I've told you this.
because they're all AI generated.
Yeah, my filter on me modem won't let me do it.
They're such bullshit clickbait, shitty headlines as well. Everything is just like,
It always pops up saying Virgin Media believes this is a scam website. It
Oh,
pops up
yeah.
when they go on it.
there's headlines that are just like, it'll be something like Russo
You won't
brothers.
believe what happens
Yeah.
at the end of this article.
It would be like Russo brothers confirm this character's returning for the next Avengers film, and you'll read through, and it'll just be like someone said, or the Russos say, "Yeah, one day I'd like to maybe use that character."
Yeah.
and they've written a whole article and said that's and they're such bullshit clickbaity headlines. Like,
Wait,
I like that my ISP protects me from that.
It was
Yeah.
Scream Rant that put out that one that Biggie put in the bullet points last time, where it's like Jeff Bridges talks up Big Lebowski sequel, and it's like, no, someone asked him if they were doing it, would you do a Big Lebowski sequel? He's like, yeah, I don't think they are.
Yeah.
It's
Got
like,
mortgage.
but then the Scream Rant took that and made it an article that made it sound like this is happening.
Anyway, I think this is the right time to announce that we've been bought by Screen Rant.
By Valnet.
We are all now AI.
I
I didn't see that. If there's 20 of them that have been laid off, surely that's enough staff members to start their
Start
own thing.
another one. Yeah,
Yeah,
you'd think
surely.
so.
That's what happened with Game Informer and God is a Geek. They all
Yeah,
kind of
you'd
went off
think
in different
so.
directions.
You'd think so. They'll get a bit of a buyout anyway because it's redundancies, blah blah blah, and then they'll be like, "Let's put some money together. Let's
It's
fucking
been quite
do
a
this."
hard like market to break, though, isn't it? Like,
Yeah. They
There's
should
so
just get into
there's
podcasting.
so many ways
It's very
that-
lucrative. We're rich.
yeah. There's so many ways that people can like consume what they want these days, and any old like, top, we're proof that anyone could get a mic and just chat and have it.
And we had to sell our website to Pornhub, didn't we? Because it got so big.
Yeah.
That's why you can't access it anymore.
It's now called Modern Erections.
Podcast title.
No, it's modern Escapians. I'm keeping that intro in.
Fucked it.
I'm editing.
But maybe the
podcast
staff
this
of
week.
Polygon could have a chat with Giant Bomb, because apparently they're also going under a strategic.
I don't recognise Giant Bomb. I don't know what they are.
Giant Bomb were big kind
You're
of
mad, aren't you?
like early internet, early YouTube,
thanks,
and early
pal.
podcast kind of things. Like Giant Bomb's website was kind of an offshoot of them having a podcast and them doing the YouTube
Right.
stuff.
No, I've never heard of it.
Yeah, I used to listen to them all the time.
Like the Giant Bomb podcast was like massive in the gaming space. Huge podcast.
Yeah, they might have got big when I weren't gaming those 5 or so years.
but
I was out.
they were bought by Fandom, who do those awful wiki sites where it's just like you load it
Oh,
up.
I've clicked on some of them sometimes. Yeah,
You load it up and then it's just advert.
yeah, they're rancid.
Yeah, Fandom own them.
Ugh.
So
To
yeah,
Jeff Grubb, Dan Reichert, or Reichert, how you pronounce his name? Mike
It's a baddie
Minotti,
from
they're all
Elden
moving
Ring.
on. But yeah, really sad, because Giant Bomb's been around for a long
Oh,
time.
nice. It is sad. Like, just because I've never heard them, don't mean they're not fucking good. Yeah, it's really sad. I mean, it's sad when any person from that kind of field gets laid off, because it's such a I bet they fucking loved their job.
Well,
It must be so
EA
fucking good.
confirms
Here we
heavy
go.
layoffs. Another
God.
one. It's insane this week. And a Titanfall game apparently was cancelled as well. According to
don't.
Bloomberg report.
they can't keep getting away with this.
Yeah, I mean, Jason Schreier of Bloomberg reports one of the two games that was cancelled was apparently a Titanfall game designed to be an extraction shooter. About 300 to 400 employees have reportedly lost their jobs.
Oof,
About
that's
100 of
big.
those were from Respawn. And then, just to finish it off, they also announced reduced roles at Codemasters and redeploying as many people as possible. So they've ended their partnership with the World Rally Championship, which obviously I think they've had that for God knows how long.
Since the 90s, I want to say.
Yeah, it feels like it.
Since like after
Do
they
you know
after they stopped doing the Colin McRae brand and they went to WRC. I think.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Do you know
Well,
what? There was a
that means
point in my
around-
life that kind of forked, and I could have gone off and been a video game designer, or I could have gone off and been a tattooist. I did the tattooing. My family were very disappointed.
Yeah,
Imagine
Soma.
if I'd been a dev. There's no way
No, you're
I'd
a
have been
div.
exactly just a div.
Sorry, I had to.
It's shit, innit? Like, we still
is
keep
horrible.
getting all these amazing games, and yet the people
Yeah.
making them just seem to be getting screwed over all
Yeah.
the time when they've made them. It's crap.
Do you think it's because these
what
companies
young
are
people are-
realising you don't need
what-
as many?
Yeah, what young people are going to want to jump in the industry at this point?
100%. It means around 2,200 developers have now lost their jobs in the first 4 months of this year.
Mate, this year alone, 7, including myself, of my friendship group have been made redundant from different, obviously, careers and stuff, but it is the word of the fucking year.
It's down to a lot of it's the global financial situation with a certain orange man in America causing problems.
Ah, the tangerine.
Yeah, but also it's just the way of we're in that weird late stage capitalism thing where the line must continue to go up, and sometimes if a company's underperformed, the only way to make the line go up for the shareholders is to reduce your cost, when your biggest cost
And
is
remember,
your
guys,
salaries.
we're all just numbers, aren't we?
Yeah.
Your jobs might say we're just like a family here. No, you're not.
No, never.
Yeah.
No, you're not.
Even if it's a family
Unless you're
business,
working
it's
with-
not a family.
Unless you're working with your dad.
No,
Let's shift some paradigms. Let's shift some paradigms and get rid of some people.
See, as soon as you start working for your dad becomes the enemy. Because he's the one that controls the money.
Yep.
You don't want dad
I'll
controlling
never
the
work
money.
with my family. Never work
Rage
with my
Against the
family.
Machine were right. No, you're
Exactly.
right.
Exactly. You've got to know your enemy.
Yeah, shit. It's shit. So we don't like to hear about it.
It's horrible.
Next.
Yeah, wish them all the best. We're moving on to a bit more positive news. Xbox's Forza Horizon 5 adds almost 1 million PS5 players in just a few days.
So it sold well then.
Yeah. Apparently the number, somebody took a screenshot of the numbers before the I guess what you would call the activation date for PS5 players. So the number counted around 45.1 million players at the time. And then after a full day, that number jumped up to 45.8 million players, suggesting around 700,000 players have joined via PlayStation.
I've been on it all day today.
That doesn't seem like the most scientific way to calculate that.
No, they said it's not an exact science, but it would kind of, it'd be very unusual that 700,000 people all suddenly
Unfortunately,
thought,
though, if they go on like played hours, if I'm playing it, I jump those numbers up massively because I get obsessed and I don't come off it. So can't count it.
You'll be in the news with it. One man plays games for far too long.
Absolutely. How did he breathe?
Says Screen Rant.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's good. Good game. Next.
Really good game.
8-bit dough no longer shipping to the US from China due to Trump tariffs.
Lol.
Temporary pause of shipments is due to the Trump administration's new 145% tariffs on imports from China, as well as its decision to end de minimis exemptions for shipments from China under $800.
Do you want to
Around
know?
and find out.
Do you want to know something funny? I did find out that gets shipped from China to the US.
Trump
Dildos.
merch.
Well, Trump merch is funny, yeah. No, the boycott China stuff.
It's made in China.
China.
They're all printing it all down and stuff going, what does this mean?
The Chinese just said business is business.
They don't care.
Love it.
Saw an article on it today. It made me laugh. Yeah, well, you get what you voted for, unfortunately, so, or not. Next.
Good luck.
Well, talking about numbers, Microsoft's CEO, Satya Nadella, said on Xbox for Q3 2025, it's ended the quarter as top publisher by pre-orders and pre-installs on both Xbox and the PlayStation Store. PC Game Pass revenue up 45% year on year. Cloud gaming new record, surpassing 150 million hours played for the first time this quarter.
Yeah, but Xbox is dying. They've got no games.
Xbox consoles are, but it looks clearly it's PC with their. It's
more on that in a moment.
They're kind of pushing it to PC and cloud gaming, aren't they? I mean, to be fair, this week I literally have played cloud gaming, xCloud, because I didn't have access to the TV, so I just played it on the Ally. So,
Yeah,
Not wrong with that. I do it a lot.
I think Microsoft are going to start positioning themselves to come after Steam at some point.
Oh, then the real war begins.
Yeah,
The beacons are lit.
the war for the master race.
Xbox calls for aid.
Why now you understand though why they just gone? Yeah, let's just put our games on PlayStation.
Well,
Why
also, I mean, also they're selling Forza Horizon 5, which is a 4-year-old game, for fucking 70 quid on PlayStation, and the rooms are buying it.
Let me just remind you all that PlayStation put their games on Xbox first. Good lads.
Well, MLB the show.
MLB the show.
That's my Sony boy.
On Game
And
Pass.
They started it.
Metal Gear Solid as well back in the 360 days.
Yeah, they did. Yeah. Sony.
Yeah,
Japan,
but it's that, and like you're just gone. Yeah, if you're an Xbox or Game Pass user, you'll get Indiana Jones first. 6 months down the line, PlayStation will get it, and
Yeah, 70 quid.
yeah. But that's it. Like, if that's the way to do it, and they're gone. Yeah, fine, because we get the people playing it and getting the word of mouth out from the Xbox users, and then the PlayStation users go, I want a bit of that. Drop 70 quid on it.
I still do. And I'm not being negative. I think it's great that they're doing it and they're building. I still can't see where the ceiling starts. Where it gets too big for its boots. Game Pass, where they're not making any fucking money.
I mean, they've got like 150 million subscribers, so it's making a lot of money regardless. And it's also,
I suppose
it's also keeping people engaged with that library because it's got such a big library
Do you think they rely on people forgetting about the subscriptions as well?
Absolutely, they're doing the fucking pure gym model here.
Yeah, I think it's like gyms. Yeah,
yeah, but it's also like because it's such a big library and stuff's constantly coming out. People are staying subscribed to it because they'll play the new releases and then go, "Oh, this game from 2 years ago, I didn't get to play it. I'm going to play through that."
Yeah, of course. I'd like to see the server costs of running all that.
Astronomical.
Beyond.
But also Microsoft own Azure, so they discount themselves.
Absolutely, yes.
But yeah, like I mean, the games I've played on Game Pass this year. If I were to buy them, they've paid for my annual Game Pass subscription.
Absolutely,
yeah, same.
It's a genius. Yeah. It's a genius model. I think it is. I think it's proper genius.
Just trying to think of how much is it a month now?
If you're not
tenner in it.
It's a tenner for the core one where you don't get the new releases, but like new releases like drop on like 4 months after or something.
Is it like $14.99, something like that?
It's $14.99 for Ultimate for console and PC. You can do PC only, which I think is £12, which you get the new releases on as well. There's like 3 tiers to it, but Ultimate is £15 a month.
Okay,
yeah, I mean, if you compare that to something like the Spotify service, which premium is like $17.99 or $14.99.
Fucking not in my house, it's not.
A shit ton of games for that same amount of money, I guess. Yeah, it's not a bad price.
Yeah,
I pay $8.99 for Spotify, me.
Well, that's the thing. Like, I was listening to obviously Pure Dead Xbox, and they were talking about like the people who moan about the Game Pass is killing this, and if you're a pauper if you get Game Pass because you're not buying the games. And it's like,
oh, fuck off, no.
Support the devs.
But then it just got and their argument is you should support devs, you should be buying the game. And I just thought, how many of those people will have a Spotify or a Netflix account?
All of them.
Yeah, or the equivalent. And like, you're not going out and buying every film, and you're not going out and buying every album, because we know that the music industry is struggling on album sales because of that.
Yeah, Stig sees films for free.
Yeah, like, but I
still buy industry.
I still buy
and the cinema
films,
cards.
Thingies, though, don't I?
And they're greatly underestimating. They're greatly underestimating how much merch this Game Pass user buys if they like a game.
Yeah,
because I will spend. I will
so
open my wallet.
you're keeping it afloat, yeah?
Personally.
There's also like the element that Game Pass is a bit of a viral marketing thing for a lot of games. So
I think it's great.
So like Microsoft will pay X amount of millions to a developer to say, we want your game on Game Pass for a bit, and it'll either be like long term or short term. The reviews will come out, and like Clair Obscur is perfect for this one because the reviews came out, they were really good, and then people were playing it on Game Pass to try it. And then that word of mouth has come out on social media. People on PlayStation have then picked it up. People on Steam have then picked it up who don't want the subscription. And so, and it's become this huge marketing thing. And there were like nearly 2 million copies sold. That helped the fact that it launched at £40, mate. Well, that also helped as well, yeah. But you know what I mean? It's like it becomes a viral marketing tool for certain games. Or like there's little indie games, like little 10-person indie games. Like they go on Game Pass, and that the amount that they get paid for being on Game Pass keeps them going for the next game. You know, so it's like
I think I hope it stays. I don't want to see it crumble. I think it's a good. I think everyone should be doing that kind of thing. I'm just at that point now where on demand is kind of my favourite thing. Yeah, I like on demand.
It would just. Yeah, I think I wouldn't trust things as well if I didn't have Game Pass to try sometimes, or like Steam's refund options and things like that.
You'd never do it.
Yeah, like look at Candy. Like she really didn't like Senua Saga.
Atomfall as well.
But she would have dropped £50 on Senua Saga probably because everything leading up to it looked great, and then when she played it, it was like, oh, I feel like this wasn't worth it. But because it was on Game Pass, she'd be like, well, yeah, my time has been wasted, but at least my money hasn't.
Yeah, exactly.
So, yeah, it's great. Keep it going. Next.
Well, Microsoft's just hoping you'll keep going because it's raising prices on its Xbox consoles, controllers, and games worldwide. This is, of course, due to
played right into the hands. Then we've played right into their hands.
Yeah. So
Xbox get good with these segues, haven't he?
Yeah.
Yeah, $100 to $600.
Yeah, fuck
Microsoft's also planning to adjust the price in some of its first-party Xbox games this holiday season up to $80.
600 quid.
No, $600. I think it works out to 500.
Yeah, whatever
for the Series X over here.
Whoa.
It's still crazy that they're going up rather than down, isn't it?
Yeah, you would think after 5 years that the tech would get cheaper to make. We're not in a
Used to do.
Well, we're not in a fucking trade blockade pandemic that we were in 2020 when things were expensive then and it was hard to get fucking
It's the Trade Federation in the fucking space. That's all doing it. Them buggers.
Let's get up there, Oodles, and throw some lightsabers about.
Let's fucking do it.
Right,
Meet the Viceroy of the Trade Federation and cut him down.
Feels like they're just using the Trump tariffs as an excuse.
Yeah, maybe they like the fact that they exist. And
they're also putting the price up. They also put the price up worldwide. Like if it was just that price going up in the US, I'd understand it. But it's like, if we put it up here, we can put it up everywhere. Uncle Phil needs
apparently
a new pair
Sony's
of everything.
not too far behind this either.
Well, Sony's already put their prices up once.
Mate, you seen the price at fucking PlayStation Pro?
And took the disc tray away. And took the fucking
It's
stand
about
out of the
$1,000.
bastard.
It's about $1,000 for the bastard. Get a PC for that price? Fuck me.
Greedy bastards. Next.
All of them.
Stig, do you fancy playing Silk Song?
I do not fancy going to Australia. No.
Yes, Silk Song is apparently due to appear in Australia's National Museum of Screen Culture as part of its up-and-coming Games
It's
World
that old,
exhibition.
it's already going into a museum.
So yes, you can go and play it from the 18th of September this year to the 8th of February the following year.
No, I'm alright.
And in case you're wondering why, it's because Team Cherry is based in Adelaide.
Yeah, we knew that.
It's earned its place in the lineup partly due to the sheer magnitude of anticipation surrounding its release.
Just hurry up, will you?
Got things to do.
Over to the world of film TV. Oscars demand viewing all Best Picture nominees. Voters have found loopholes. A week ago, the Academy installed a newly enforced policy. Members are now obligated to watch every nominated film in a given category before casting their votes.
Fucking mental.
You
This wasn't a thing.
You thought that would have been a thing, and that's why
Right.
it's bullshit.
Does this explain Amelia Perez then? Like, no one actually fucking watched it and just went on hype.
It explains a lot of things where people go, how the fuck did that win? Or how did they win? Because a lot of the time it's just canvassing and people say Oscars are bought, not won, for a reason. Because so many people pump money into marketing. But they're finding ways to get around this, aren't they, Biggie?
Yeah. Yeah. Variety Report tackles the new Academy rule and how it's very easy for a voter to game the system by pretending to have watched all 10 Best Picture nominees. Voters are gloating about how they do not need to watch the nominees and end up still voting. Unofficially dubbed the Brutalist rule, the directive seems directly inspired by the recent Bradley Corbett's movie. The A24 production racked up 10 nominations and took home 3 awards last season, despite reports that some voters either never actually watched it, only partially viewed it, or let it play passively in the background while attending to other tasks.
That's how I watch things.
Same.
Yeah, so the shift to the Academy's digital platform began in 2020 with the launch of the Screening Room, a secure online platform protected by 2-factor authentication, marking the end of the DVD screener era. Oh, those poor websites. Well, the move lightened security and eliminated some long-standing workarounds like sharing login credentials. A few vulnerabilities still remain.
Yeah, just do your job. If you want to be an Academy, okay.
Yeah.
At some point, it's going to get to a point now where it's going to be like, right, these are screenings. You make this screening to vote on this film, or you don't get to vote. Because
Yeah, perfect.
yeah, like it's ridiculous.
And I'd be even ruthless about it, and you've got to pay for a ticket.
Yeah, but it's really
Buy your own
ridiculous.
popcorn.
But free doughballs.
It's ridiculous that something can go up for, say, Best Picture, and someone go, I don't really want to watch a 3-hour film about brutalist architecture, so I'm not going to bother. And it's
I
like,
do.
Yeah, but like if you are part of the system which votes on this, you have to do your job.
And you would think members of the academy, the film academy, would be passionate enough about film to dedicate the time to do that job. Because it's not general public. It's
Stig could be a member and he'd actually do his fucking job.
Somebody's paying me to watch all these films. Oh no!
Exactly. Like the members of the academy, they're all industry people. They're actors, directors, producers, technical people. That kind of thing. So it's like you would think they'd have a vested interest in actually appreciating the honor of being part of that, because not everyone gets it to do it.
Yeah, but they clearly don't care, do they?
No.
It's like us doing best biscuit and best chocolate bar and not actually eating any of them. Just say, well, I've heard that Snickers is quite nice. I'm voting for that.
Tell them that we didn't actually eat anything.
It's all a sample pack, Biggie, those chewing noises.
Yeah, it's a bit bullshit, but what are you going to do? Next.
I think one of us called this Once Upon a Time in Hollywood sequel. David Fincher appears to have a new title: Continuing Adventures of Cliff Booth.
That's a shit title.
It is a bit. May change.
Good.
It's a shit title. Sorry.
It's terrible.
The sequel takes place in 1977, 8 years after the events of the previous film. And the passage of time was prompted Cliff Booth to retire from his career as a stunt performer, take on a somewhat darker film industry role as a studio fixer.
Oh.
All right,
I'm looking forward to it, but yeah, get a better title.
Brad Pitt seems to have a habit of finding films with bad titles, because wasn't he at the assassination of Billy the Kid by the coward Jesse? What's his name?
Yeah.
The assassination of Jesse James by the coward Robert Crawford, is it?
Ford.
Oh, that was it.
Ford.
That was it. Yeah. A title that rolls off the fucking tongue when you go to buy it.
A great film,
cinema. I'm sure it's a great film.
I can't remember. Yeah. I'm looking forward to it though. Next.
Box office booms as Stig as Sinners passes $116 million and Star Wars fans feel the Revenge of the Sith's force. Just a few days after Netflix CEO Ted Sarandos boldly told Time magazine that the theatrical release model is outdated and stated on behalf of film lovers that they'd like to see movies at home.
Fuck you.
Yeah, fuck
Over
off.
the weekend, the box office figures tell a very different story about the cinema experience. And the best of April weekend cinemas was seen post-COVID. Ryan Coogler's vampire musical thriller Sinners and the 20th anniversary re-release the Star Wars Episode 3, Revenge of the Sith, have led the charge, with the former taking another $45 million bite out of the domestic box office to bring its running total to $161.6 million worldwide. And the latter, with the Star Wars fans, to the tune of $42.2 million globally.
Fair enough.
That's an event one, isn't it? That's why
Yeah.
you can see why people go to see, Star Wars is released in the cinema. I haven't seen this in the cinema since it first came out.
Isn't it cost like May the 4th?
Yes.
No, it's anniversary.
But it's also the 20th anniversary of the film coming out. The film came out around
It's
this
a
time of
shit film, though.
No, Revenge of the Sith is all right. It's
Revenge of the Sith's all right.
better than Attack of the Clones.
It's got moments.
Stop defending it.
Attack of the Clones is the bad one. Very, very bad.
All three of them are fucking shit.
Yeah, Sinners is fucking brilliant, though. I'm glad that word of mouth's getting out and people are going to see it. It's not a musical, despite what that article said. It just
has the music as a part of it.
Yes.
We're vampires. We're vampires.
Yeah.
We're gonna come and fucking kill you.
West Side Vampires.
It's like West Side Vampires. Yeah,
Write that down. Write that down.
Yeah, just want to make sure people are aware. It's not. If you don't like musicals, don't be like, I'm not going to watch that now. It's not a musical.
You're doing that for Kurt's benefit, aren't you? So he'll
and others. Yeah.
Kurt doesn't like vampires, so he ain't going to see it.
It's not scary.
He hates musicals.
Kurt's just posted that Danny DeVito gif where he's going, nope.
He hates
so
musicals
good.
and vampires.
Honestly, Oodles, this is like a you film through and through.
I know, mate. I know. I might be going on Tuesday.
The music in it is so good.
There's also that Minecraft has done. So you can turn your nose about a Minecraft movie, but it has done fucking numbers in the cinema.
Say it properly. Minecraft.
No. Don't. One, that's a Biggie joke, and two, don't.
I might trigger him.
So the thing about what this Netflix guy has said is, people want to watch them at home. Some people do like watching them at home and don't like going to cinema anymore. But Netflix might have a bit more of a leg to stand on if their original films were actually any good. Like, you find the odd one which is quite fun, but has anyone watched a Netflix film that's like a masterpiece?
Oh,
I can't think of any. Yeah,
No.
I can't think of a thing.
And most of the time, if it is really good, it's one that they've bought. So, for example, I think Mitchell's versus the Machines is a fucking brilliant animated film, but they bought that. They didn't develop it. So
They're just instantly
technically a
forgettable as well,
Netflix
aren't they?
film, but
Like, no matter how good it is, it's forgettable because you watched it for free. You just stuck it on half the time.
Yeah.
Whereas if you've been to the cinema, it was an experience and you remember it well and it sticks with you. But you're never going to get that with Netflix. Series, yes, because it works better that way.
I'm looking now. I've made a list here. So, Uncut Gems, but that was bought out.
The Glass Onion, that was Netflix owned that one.
Yeah, that's good. Irishman was good. Society of the Snow was good. But yeah, it's very rare and far, between that Netflix actually released something that's.
Was the Irishman a success though? Because that was a massively long film, but did it actually make the numbers that they probably wanted for viewing? Okay.
Marriage Story was a Netflix original.
Why are you avoiding saying? Why are you avoiding saying Rebel Moon, Stig? You watched it 4 times.
Rebel Moon sits way down the bottom.
You watched the normal cut and the extended cut.
No, I did not.
Oh, that's owned by Netflix, right?
Yeah, Society of the Snow. That was Netflix.
That was really good. That was really good.
But did that do the numbers as well? I think it did, didn't it? Considering how critically panned it was.
Tick Tick Boom was Netflix.
That's the one then. That's just the one.
No, I'm not saying that there aren't.
No, but I've literally found a list of like ones from like the last 5 years, and it's like it's not that many compared to what they put out. They put out a lot of slop, and even then, like this, is like a top 30 list on it, EW.com, and it's not many that I've actually heard of.
I didn't realize Marriage Story was a Netflix film. That's great. There are some good ones, but you know what I mean. In general, there is.
Yeah.
If you put the good against the bad, it's mainly bad.
Yeah, well, that's what I mean. It's like they put out so much slop. They put out so much just really cheaply made or poorly made or bought in stuff, so that they have content.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's why they hired Adam Sandler. They've got the Schlop Master General in charge.
Any retort, Candy, before we move on?
I don't need to. People know the genius of Sandler. Just unappreciative.
People love the Sandman. Next.
Over to the world of sport. Liverpool fans' celebrations caused earth tremor.
Is that what that was?
So Liverpool fans were celebrating the club's historic title-clinching win over Tottenham Hotspur at Anfield, causing a series of tremor, university scientists have revealed. Arne Slot's side secured the club's 20th top-flight championship, defeating Tottenham 5-1 in front of a packed Anfield Stadium on the 27th of April. The most significant tremor was caused by Alexis McAllister's strike in the 24th minute, which put Liverpool 2-1 ahead and registered a peak magnitude of 1.74 on the Richter scale.
Fucking massive.
If you put 60,000 people jumping around all at the same time, that'll have an effect.
It wasn't even 60,000. There was about another probably 60,000 outside the stadium. There's a drone shot someone did of it's looking over the game as the game's still playing, and it pans out around the stadium, and there's just crowds of people everywhere, like around the stadium. It's insane.
Yeah, because
more than the Pope's visit.
That isn't typical over a normal Liverpool match, though. That's
no,
it's just because they were going to go up on that one.
Yeah, we knew we were going to win the league that day. So
most people don't just hang outside at normal games.
Yeah,
that's weird.
I thought they were fans. I thought they had an emotional investment in the club.
They usually close gates when people have gone in.
They're not working hard enough.
No, they're not.
It's not first come, first served. Yeah, because we're massive. That's
How many games did you two go see this year?
3.
I saw them all
Same as
online.
me. I was going to make a joke then as well.
Could have gone to see 4, but it was just like, I was in Liverpool that weekend, and it was on a Sunday at 4 o'clock. And I was like, I just don't want to get home.
I were on about
midnight.
with my mate. Yes, I'm like, oh god, ticket prices are expensive now. And he turned around and went, they're going to get even more expensive now. Like,
Yeah.
fuck.
I shall be
We had
going.
some other champions this week, didn't we?
We had some other champions, but we haven't heard whether they hit the Richter scale. They won't have, though, because you're
They're
away.
still
weren't you?
there.
Do you know
They're still
what?
there,
Do you know
mate.
what's worse? Right? Is just before I move on quickly, is Leeds won the championship right at the end of the game, which is brilliant. Like, imagine like winning it in like the 92nd minute or what it was.
Yeah.
Away to Plymouth, and that relegated Plymouth. And so Plymouth fans who were there not only had to put up with the fact that their team had just got relegated, Leeds then got
Had to deal with
presented.
Yorkshiremen.
They had to watch Leeds get presented the trophy and celebrate winning it.
Then they had to deal with a load of Yorkshiremen storming into Plymouth's Weatherspoon for the rest of the night. Poor bastards. And them all moaning about prices.
Next.
Fuck me, I wouldn't want to be on them trains on my home.
No. Over to Biggie's bullet points. Starting off with French president calls Clair obscure. Is it obscure?
Obscure.
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 Obscure. Exhibition 33 as a shining example of French audacity.
They do
1
have
million
audacity.
copies.
And they are
1
French.
million copies, and to date, one of the best rated games in history. And yes, it's French, Macron wrote in a reply to
Sacre
Studio on
bleu.
Instagram.
More on that later.
Congratulations to Samful Interactive and all the creators of Expedition 33. You're a shining example of French audacity and creativity.
Brilliant.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Are you
The
proud of
100
your
line...
people there, Biggie? Are you proud of your natives?
Absolutely, mate. Baguettes were raised in the air, onions thrown up. It was great.
He's allowed to say it, listeners. He's allowed to say it. He's French.
Next,
Wheezing
the
on top of. He's one of them bloody people that come over on boats. Literally came on a ship, guys. I'm not being one of those.
Three
Yeah.
Leons
I've
on a
got-
shirt.
Just came on a ship more than a few times.
Your passport.
Womp womp.
Came over on a beret. The 100-line creator, ready to start work on a PS5 port, but studio on the brink of bankruptcy, as they wrote on Blue Sky. The Danganronpa creator, I'm not going to pronounce his name, or am I going to try Kazutaka
Have a go.
Kodaka?
Mm.
The co-founder of 2Kyo, along with Zero Escape, Maker said that he'd love to get started on versions of the game right away, but they're on the brink of going under.
Okay, now.
It's quite sad.
Not a
Because
fan.
apparently it's reviewing really well.
Well, people need to buy it then.
Yeah, stop fucking moaning and buy it.
And speaking of sad news, beloved Sony mascot Sackboy gets the sack from PlayStation Productions logo.
Get rid.
Bye.
Astro Boy's better.
Bye.
Astro Boy,
Yeah.
Astro Bot.
Never a sack boy guy myself. I'm all about the Astro Bot.
My name is Astro Bot.
Astro Bot.
Here's
We're
another
trying to hint
interesting-
that you need to complete his game. Stig.
Need to trade it
Yeah,
in.
I'm trying to.
He wants to get maximum profit from
Tried
it.
to. You haven't played it in about 2 weeks.
I know, I've been really busy.
You've been playing Borderlands 3 for fuck's sake.
Fuck me.
Oh, are you stalking me or something?
No, because it tells you your friends and what they've recently been playing.
Yeah, it sounds like you've been stalking.
It doesn't like that it says. It doesn't like that it says. Big Cop Man, Astrobot 5% completion after 3 weeks. That's what he don't like.
I know this is Billy's. I can't speak tonight. I can't speak. Biggie's bullet
Bottomless
points.
get.
Right, but I'm gonna let's have a look. Let's have a look.
You're on trial now, Biggie.
Borderlands 3, Expedition 33. This is an order of what people have played recently. Jedi Survivors, Bloodstained, Helldivers 2, Witcher 3, Grand Theft Auto 5, Poker Club, Blueprints, Guacamelee, Baldur's Gate 3, then Astrobot.
Mate, it takes a day to finish.
It doesn't take a day to finish.
10 hours.
5 hour
I-
game.
10 hours.
Hey,
Anyway.
Thank you. There you go.
Crack on.
Right, moving on. Fallout creator says he was ordered to destroy source code that the studio has since lost. Tim Kaine has revealed that he was ordered to destroy all of his notes, code, and prototypes from his days at Fallout's original developer and publisher Interplay. As a result, no original source code or assets remain.
I think there's been an update on that.
Yeah, there's been an update on that. So there was a developer with Interplay at the time who worked on them, who meticulously saved everything and stored them off-site. So the source code still does exist.
Mm.
He had them at the bottom of his drawer.
Toy Story 2 all over again.
Yeah, it's because Interplay was sold to Shiny, I want to say, or it fell under something like that. But basically, I think he knew the company was going to go under when Tim Kaine was about to leave. So, this lad saved it all.
You can imagine him like scrambling like middle at night, like Thingy from Jurassic Park when he's trying to get them egg embryos, and he's like sneaking and trying to copy all these things on these old fucking 32 kilobit fucking computers, and he's like, fucking hurry up, it's 8 hours to transfer. He's shitting himself. I don't want Tim to get him. Oh, what an hero.
Well, these are a couple of weird announcements. Michael Bay and Sydney Sweeney team up to do a movie adaptation of Outrun.
Into it.
Yeah.
Oodles will be into it just for Sydney Sweeney.
Plot for Outrun. It's just,
Is
it
she
doesn't
going to be
matter
the girl
what they
that goes
put out.
3, 2, 1 with a bikini on?
The plot is Sydney
None of
Sweeney.
there.
That's the plot.
Yeah, it's insane. What a weird thing.
It's not insane,
She's
it's a
also
smart
been
move.
linked to something that has a bit more to it. Split fiction as well.
I think the Outrun film featuring Sydney Sweeney will be the best video game film of all time.
Split Fiction could be a really good film. Could make that into a really good film, I think. There's a lot of things you could do with that. That doesn't involve...
Yes. Pause it.
No, it doesn't mean like literally copying the game. You could just do some kind of weird and wonderful things with it.
Mm-hmm.
There's a few trailers that have come out, and there's one that we missed last week. Apologies, Oodles. I was supposed to mention this, and I forgot to put it in my notes. So I'll start with that one first. The Fantastic Four First Steps trailer. Have you watched it?
Yes. I didn't have a choice. I went to cinema this week.
And did you like it? Are you happy now from what you've seen so far?
Yeah, but I always have been by the trailers, and I've been stung many times.
Mm. But, I mean,
The trailers have always been
liking
good at
what
Fantastic Four films.
There's a vibe. I can feel that there's a bit of a vibe for what they're trying to do with this one. Do you like what they're doing with it?
Yes. It's got Pedro Pascal in it. Come on. Come on. It's got Joel in it.
But the only thing that film's missing is Sydney Sweeney.
Imagine her playing the Thing.
Or things.
Thing. Look at my things.
Barbara and Time.
That's the name of the things.
As usual, the Inter has booted off again about a female Silver Surfer, despite the fact that she is actually a character in the canon.
They booted off.
Not just
they
not
could
just a
piss
character,
off,
Gadget, a 40-year-old character.
Yeah.
It's not a new thing.
No, I know that. I know that because I'm not a fucking idiot.
I'm telling the nerds. Yes.
If you
not a
haven't
new
seen
thing.
the trailer, I
It is really
recommend
good.
you watch Weapons.
Oh,
The
that
trailer
looks...
with Julia Garner, who plays a teacher whose whole class disappears in the new Zach Cregger horror movie. He's the guy that did Barbarian.
I'm not watching that. It sounds scary. There's too many
this
kids
trailer
disappearing.
It looks
Dope.
very...
It looks really cool.
Yeah, freaky as fuck.
I can't watch kids getting hurt.
Well
mate.
into that.
They don't get maimed. They're like... They just...
Just get disappeared.
It's
we
her,
don't know. We don't actually know what's
It's
happening.
literally her class only. And then one night, all the kids from her class disappear.
Explain that to the boss.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But
They've all
then-
gone.
But then freaky shit
But there's
starts to happen.
antagonisation from the parents in the town. You
And
know,
then
like,
Pinhead
why is
walks
it
in and
her
goes, I have
class?
taken them to pleasures they know not.
It's
You know what's gonna
Nightmare
fucking
Fuel
happen.
with kind of Silent Hill kind of.
I can't watch
stuff
that
going on.
shit. It upsets
really
me.
cool. Well, in that case, you may be interested in the Predator Badlands trailer.
Nope.
No,
also
no,
shown.
it looks fucking wank.
Fucking Chris with that
horrible.
CGI Predator. Don't like it.
Is it called Zack Snyder's
I said that.
Predator Badlands?
It looks like a Zack Snyder film.
What
It's
happened?
fucking shite.
What happened after Prey, man? Prey was really good.
I think,
Yeah, but
what's
we're
the
only going by
guy
a
who
trailer.
directed it? What's his name? Who directed it? What's his name? Who directed
Dan Trachtenberg.
Yeah, I think he lost his arms, his legs, his eyes, his ears, and his mouth on this next film. And his brain.
I actually don't have a problem with the way that the Predator looks because
I don't give a fuck about that. I give a fuck about everything else.
if you look at every Predator film, the first two films are the only one where it looks the same. Every Predator looks slightly different in all the other
Way
films.
different, yeah. Some are tall, some are big, some are muscly.
Yeah, and you'd expect that because on a planet full of
species,
they all wouldn't look the same. And it's also meant to be young.
Yeah.
I think it's meant to be like a really young, like almost,
They call them Braves, don't they, in the Predator?
yeah, almost
law?
like
the ones
late
that are trying
teenage,
to like
early
show.
20s. Yeah, so
Yeah, they're
it's
trying
not
to, like,
fully
become-
developed. Yeah, but the rest of
That's
it
not
just
the
looks
problem.
like
It's the rest of it. Yeah,
Yeah, and
Oh
they've
no, it's not
they've
going to be
linked
like
it to
Twilight set in the Predator universe. Is it?
No,
I hope so.
they've linked it to the Alien universe again as well, haven't they?
There's an
that's
android in
that,
it.
Yeah, that's it. It seemed a weird way to do it, like having the fucking android's eyes flash up the Weyland Yutani logo. I didn't like that.
I don't think they did that, did they?
No, in fact, it was a known thing for all of the androids. Most people were to mistake them as human.
Yeah, they didn't do that, did they?
Unless they were a bit twitchy.
Unless they're a bit twitchy or damaged or
Or
a
milking.
working Joe
A head in a box.
or a head in a box, or a digital recreation of a dead actor.
Oh, yes.
But it seemed a bit on the nose and not something that has been established in the alien law. I know you can add things to law, that's fine, but it seems a really stupid way to do it.
Leave it at.
Also,
Yeah.
I don't think Predator needs to be in the alien universe. Like, we've got AVP, that's fine. We don't need like the mainline Predator film.
AVP is its own thing, though. It's not like
Yeah.
law. It's not canon accurate, is it?
No, that's what I mean. Like, I don't think the Predator and the alien universes need to meet in a film like that.
No. Weird.
Well, it is canon, aren't they? Because they're in Predator 2.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
Let's
I
go.
don't know.
Guy Ritchie to direct Roadhouse 2 with Jake Gyllenhaal.
Gyllenhaal.
Yeah.
Did
Yes.
quite well.
I'm excited.
One for the ladies.
Yes, it is.
It's not just a ladies, pal. It was
Jake-
a real...
Jake Gyllenhaal shirtless, kicking the shit out of people.
Oh, it was a really good plot.
Film. It was a good film.
You were there for the plot, weren't you?
Yeah.
It was a good film. It was
You
fun.
watch that film for the articles.
Roadhouse.
Roadhouse.
James Cameron confirms Ghosts of Hiroshima will be his next non-Avatar film.
But that's a laugh a minute.
When's that coming out? After Avatar 12?
Yeah, Avatar 12. These ones fly.
Just hurry up and get rid of them. Get through these Avatar films, for fuck's sake.
Oh, I've never been more bored in my life than that way of water. But also, my eyes weren't bored. My brain was. So weird.
And finally, Deadpool and X-Men team-up movie has been written by Ryan Reynolds. Apparently he's trying to juggle his projects and come up with a script. For,
No, read what it says on the autocue, Biggie. Reynolds is juggling his creative midlife crisis because whoever's written this article does not like Ryan Reynolds.
I don't really trust him to write it.
Yeah, it doesn't need it. Deadpool's done. Put him to bed.
No, it's not. It's not
Yeah,
that. I just
put him
think
to
someone
bed.
else should write it. A writer.
Just have him coming up in cameos. Just every night, like Stan Lee.
Yeah.
I just want him to come up in all MCU films that are rated 12A and try to get the swear word and fail.
Yeah.
Every time, yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Someone get in before him. We done?
finally over to the Weird World Web. I love this one. OpenAI CEO highlights costly impact of polite chat GPT interactions. So OpenAI developed the artificial intelligence software ChatGPT. The company recently revealed that the courteous behaviour of chatbots is costing an alarming amount in electricity and unnecessary computing activity. While adding polite words that may contribute to a sense of humanity, officials say it burdens the environment and the systems. Altman responded to a user on X, formerly known as Twitter, asked how much the company has
Do we
lost
still have to say
electricity costs.
formerly known as Twitter?
No, it's called Twitter.
I don't know.
At this point, do we have to say that? I get pissed off. When
It's
I see
so
that.
annoying, isn't it? But the company has lost. How much has the company lost in electricity costs from people being polite? He said tens of millions of dollars well spent. Although judging from Altman's tone, tens of millions likely isn't a precise number, but the impact is still real. Arguing there's no need for the use of the polite words when dealing with machines unaware, unfeeling and unoffended. You never know, he added, similarly hinting at a future where artificial consciousness could truly understand our words. A survey last year found 67% of Americans use polite language when using AI, with 55% claiming it was simply the right thing to do, and 12% to appease the algorithm in case of a future robot rebelling.
That's what I do it for. Exactly. This is how it starts.
What you're telling me is that people ask something on ChatGPT and go, please, at the end.
I do.
Yes.
I do.
That's
without even
fucking
thinking.
ridiculous.
Sometimes I
Yeah,
do it
but
without even thinking. That's why.
Why would you
Exactly.
do that? You go, oh,
Because Skynet.
robot, make me
Because
this.
Skynet, that's why. But
Because
apparently,
when the
there's
robots come, Oodles, you'll be fucking put in the farms, and me and Candy will be looked after because
I like
'Cause we
that
said
you think the
please.
robots care about you too.
because we.
But
said
apparently,
please.
you're actually not supposed to say please because the AI interprets it as a suggestion rather than a command as well. So if they're
hell.
like, "Oh, can you change it by doing this, please?" rather than saying by change it.
Yeah, because Alexa will
this.
go, actually,
Change it
no,
now.
I don't want to.
Don't fucking say please. You don't have to be grammatically correct to these robots.
God, I hate
Fucking get it out there.
It just feels wrong. No, gotta be nice. I was going to say it doesn't cost anything to be nice, but apparently it does cost tens of billions.
Alexa, play Sleep Talker playlist.
Where's he from? Jamaica?
Yeah, what fucking accent was that thing?
All right, Peter Andrea.
Jesus.
You did not see this one I posted you, Biggie. I liked that one. Just the you wouldn't steal a car advert.
Oh,
But they stole the
talk about it,
font.
mate. I forgot
Yeah,
all
they-
about it.
They stole the font.
Forgot all about it.
They stole the font.
They pirated the font for that.
You wouldn't download a font. Yeah, you would.
Yeah.
Many.
Brilliant. Right, is that the news? Is that the news?
That's it, mate.
Good. Lots of news there. Right, let's get on to what we've been up to. Oodles, you tell us. You start.
Fucking hell.
Too much.
I can jump on a lot with other people, so I'll just talk about. I don't know. Like you go first. You guys go first, and I'll jump in. Because I've done it. I've done everything.
Actually, he has. To be fair, that's unfair on me because I realised that he has done everything the rest of us have done, so he could just jump in. So, Candy, what have you done?
Well, I've done the big thing that I think a lot of us has been doing this
poo?
week. However, I've been out and about doing stuff in something we call the real world. Wouldn't necessarily recommend it, but actually this weekend was quite good. So Easter weekend, I went to see Ghost, who I've talked about a million times. So I'm not
Never
going
heard
to
of
not going to beat you around the head with it. But I did get to take my 15-year-old nephew, and he fucking loved it. And it was his first ritual. I gave
So he got
him
sacrificed.
yeah, I gave him an unholy baptism. He had a drink of wine. I felt like the call aunt. It was brilliant. Wasn't so brilliant trying to get in, but by the by. The other thing I did, and just by pure coincidence, the following day at the same venue, so this was the big arena in Birmingham City Centre, they had the PlayStation concert. And after having seen Ghost, I was looking forward to it, but I was walking up thinking, I wish it would be Ghost again. And that did it a disservice for sure, because it was such a moving show. I have seen a good fair share of shows like this, and I've talked about it many times. But this one has the benefit of actually being produced by PlayStation themselves. So not only do you have the orchestra, but you have... So I don't know what technology they have, and whether it's the utility arena specifically, and I don't think it is. I think it's the whole way, all these big arenas now have it. I think it's maybe an 8K thing they have up behind the screen, because even the show, even Ghost the night before, they had the moving background, they had the projections rather than just a backdrop, and it doesn't sound like new technology, but the fidelity is so high, it really looks 3D. You can look
It's
at it
running
and think,
off a PS5 plugged in.
yeah, maybe it would have to be a PS5 Pro, I
Because it
think.
can upscale to 8K.
Yeah, well,
You don't even have it on 4K in. He's got his SCART lead plugged into it.
Well, funny enough, actually, the concert started with the PlayStation signing in noise.
Did it?
Played live, which was brilliant. So yeah, not only did they have the music, not only did they have the screen behind the musicians playing clips from the games and everything, but it wasn't just clips from the games. It was made specifically for the show because they also had 4 translucent panels that would come up and down at in front of the stage. That would also be projected onto. So sometimes you'd have 2 coming down either side and it would form like a sort of theatre. Sometimes they'd go sort of up diagonally and they'd have like leaves and stuff blowing across it for like Ghost of Tsushima and The Last of Us and everything. And it was done so well. It was really incredible, just not just to listen to, but to watch. But my God, it was a tearjerker. So they did... I think 3 songs from Horizon. They did Journey, so obviously I was an absolute fucking mess. When it came to them playing, they played 3 songs from The Last of Us. That's what made me decide I'm not ready to watch the 2nd season of The Last of Us. Because knowing what I know, I was just... Me and the lad next to me, by the way, the 35-year-old, 40-year-old dad with the beard next to me, he was like, I'm not going to get through this. I'm like, I've got tissues, don't worry. And we got through it together. It's fine.
Did he mean another reason, or
no?
He had a big Xbox T-shirt on. He was like, "I'm not going to get through this.
I ain't getting through this." Yeah, no, he was shedding them. There were a lot of man tears. There were a lot of elder millennials.
Play Gears of War. Play Gears of War.
So if they did The Last of Us music, I take it that's the main theme that they were playing.
They played 3 songs. So they played the main theme. They played one song that I didn't recognise because it was from the 2nd game and I don't remember it, but it was sort of like a folk music, like there was a crowd of them kind of singing. It was like the banjo and everything. And then I can't remember what the 3rd one was. They also did several songs from God of War, including Blood on the Snow, the one that the Hosier one.
Yeah,
that was powerful. They had 2 proper singers as well. Nice. So they had the singer doing Blood on the Snow, and that was incredible. So crying for that as well. And then they finished with Astrobot. So it was nice. It was a nice roundup of all the things we'd just seen. So yeah, ended on a high, but it was really good. Yeah, cool. I love those shows.
Nice.
The big thing I will let somebody else take away.
No one wants to touch anything tonight.
No, who's doing that? Gadget.
Yeah, I'm doing that.
Yeah,
Gadget, you speak best.
I speak proper good. I do.
Gadget, you spoke right.
Dear speak. So a couple of things catch up on. I'm carrying on with The Last of Us Part 2. It's not a fun game, is it?
No.
No point am I playing that game thinking I'm having a fun time here.
Do you know how like me and you, Gadget, we play like bleak games like Dark Souls to unwind? No one's playing The Last of Us to unwind. Oh, I love this bit.
But
when
do you
I'm
appreciate what they're doing, what they're trying to do, without obviously revealing spoilers and stuff? But I mean,
yeah, like I get it. It's a grim story in a grim place. I have some issues with the narrative and some of the symbolism in it. I'm not finished it yet. I've just finished the first day of Abby's story.
There are some on the nose bits, isn't there?
Yeah, there's some things, but obviously nothing's completely resolved yet because I haven't got to the ending sequence. But like at the minute where I'm at, it feels like the game's not as clever as it thinks it is. There's some stuff in the kind of the overarching narrative which I just think, But I really like a lot of the character stuff. The dialogue's fantastic. The performances are incredible. The remastered version on PC is fucking glorious. It's one of those beautiful games I've ever played. But yeah, it's not stacking quite up to the level of the first game for me. I'm hoping that it, like, I feel as warm to it as everyone else did in 2020 when they finished it. Like when I get to the end of it, I'm hoping that all these threads kind of resolve in a satisfying way.
Yeah, I'm definitely interested to hear your final thoughts on it with that belt.
Well, I'll be doing a really big fucking YouTube video on it, so you'll get to hear them in fucking detail. You'll get a little preview on this.
I think me and Stig are in the same camp as we prefer the second one, don't we, mate?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm kind of still in the belief that I don't necessarily think that needed to be a second Last of Us game, per se. I'm not begrudging it being
I
there.
know what you're saying. It's like, did it need it? But I'm glad it exists in my way.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, like I said, I need to get to the end of it to really determine that. As it is, I didn't find a lot of satisfaction in Ellie's half of the game. Mostly because I kind of disagreed with everything she was doing, really.
Same. I prefer the second half of that game.
Yeah, whereas at least with Abby's side of things, I agree to a point with what she's doing, but then there's a lot of this kind of quasi Israel-Palestine thing going on with it, and it's just
Definitely.
it's weirding me out a little bit.
Especially when you think about the creator of the game as well.
Well, yeah, the creator of the game, but also it's like I don't want to get too much into it because it gets into real world politics, but it's like, the Scars have their own island, need to be exterminated, live behind concrete walls. It's a bit much, but
obvious.
Yeah, fair enough, whatever. But overall, it is still a fucking stunning game, a stunning experience. That is not fun. I will finish this game and I will never return to it. This is like Schindler's List for me. It's this brutal and relentlessly miserable experience.
I think I've only played through it once.
I haven't gone back to Last of Us 2 either.
No,
I
you
think I've
haven't.
only done it once.
No, you haven't.
Oh, I did it again, didn't I? I did it again
Yeah.
when the remaster came out.
Yeah, you did a full permadeath one.
Yeah, and I didn't finish it though.
Yeah, because she
She
died.
fell off the crane,
And that was her story done.
and that was it. Yeah, I remember now. So yeah, I never sold credits twice.
And everybody lived miserably ever after.
Nothing was resolved.
So that's that. I started watching the new series Taskmaster, which started this week, and I mostly want to bring this up because one of my favorite comedians is on it, which is Jason Mantzoukas. The fucking mad bastard that played Adrian Pimento in Brooklyn Nine-Nine.
Yeah, he's funny. He always plays mad bastards. Though he was weird and psychotic in the league as well.
Yeah, and he played a fucking unhinged perfume magnate in Parks and Recreation, stuff like that.
Is that him?
Yeah, he's a really
I know
unhinged
him.
guy. He's like a kind of big Jafro kind of thing and wild beard. He's got that.
Yeah,
He's
I
got
know
that
him.
look in his eyes where he'll stab you.
I know you mean.
But he's such a huge fan of Taskmaster that he actually paid them to have him on the show. Because Taskmaster doesn't normally bring on like Americans and stuff like that. He brings on people who have a Taskmaster in their country and do well in it, like people like Sam. Oh fuck, I can't remember his name. Australians and people like that.
Yeah,
They bring people on who get like that British sense of humour. But now we've got Jason Mantzoukas on it, and he's fucking unhinged, and it's great. And he keeps like arguing back with Greg, and it's so funny.
I've only watched that one episode with you guys at Podcastle.
Oh, you should get into it. It's great.
It's a great watch, mate. It is really good. Not every season works in the sense it depends on the characters, but generally it's great.
The cast so far in the first episode of this one are pretty good because you got Matthew. I think it's Matthew Bandon from Horrible Histories and Ghosts. So he's one of them. Weirdly enough, you got Rosie Ramsey, who is famous simply for being Chris Ramsey's wife, and she's an idiot, but somehow she's funny.
Funny?
with it. Yeah,
No.
They do podcasts and stuff together now, though. That's why.
yeah. She does thick Geordie very well.
Yeah, podcasters aren't fucking funny, man.
No, Biggie. But the
Wow.
main thing I've been doing over this last 2 weeks, and I'll admit I'm not as far as the other two people who've been doing this one, but I'm going to talk about it because I'm the least far into it because I've been playing Misery Simulator 2020. So, certain group of psychotic Frenchmen released a little game called Clair Obscur Expedition 33.
Oh, I've played that.
Yeah, so it's by Sandfall Interactive, who are a bunch of ex-Ubisoft devs made from, I think it was
Can't fucking
Ubisoft
tell.
Marseille when that was shut down. Was it Marseille? I think.
South
Lyon?
France, yeah.
Somewhere
One
South
of the
France.
one of the down there somewhere.
It is a game made by 30 people that looks glorious.
It's not. They had to make a strong suggestion online saying there weren't technically 30 people because we had a lot of
There are a lot of
hired
contractors.
out.
Yeah, the
Yeah,
studio
so-
is 30 people.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's made by a small team for a game of this quality. It is a JRPG style game, or as I'm going to call them, a JRPG.
FRPG.
In the style of your Final Fantasies, your Personas, that kind of thing, where you are playing a group of expeditioners from a broken, shattered world from the town of Lumiere, who every year set off on an expedition because out in the bay far away there is a pillar with a number painted onto it, and there is a giant lady called the Paintress who once a year knocks one digit off that number. It goes down from 34 to 33, and everyone who's 34 years old gets Thanos snapped away. And for the next year, this is the last year for anyone that turns 33.
They get gommaged. That's what they call it, don't they?
Only candy would be leftovers, lot then.
No, it's going down.
Oh,
Ow. We can keep some secrets, Gadget.
Candy's R8 till Expedition 29, mate.
Yeah.
Anyway, so you are Expedition 33. They have a year left to live before the Paintress gommages them. You join.
I love that word. Gommage.
Gommage.
Come down here, love, and give me a gommage.
We call them Wurzel gommage around here.
So they go off on this ill-fated expedition, which they land close to where the Paintress is, and shit kicks off, and lots of them die. And then you wake up in the forest.
It tells you straight away that it's like they've done like 60 odd, never successful.
No. This is set up like a JRPG. You explore these kind of lush environments. You have a party of 3 people. You get into active time battles. But you also have a little bit of kind of Sekiro influence to it as well, because you can parry in the battles and you can like jump and dodge and shit like that. The game is built around synergies. Everyone has their own kind of set abilities or set things that they can do, and they vary quite a lot. It's not like a Final Fantasy where you can kind of push everyone into a certain job. Like each individual person in the expedition does something different.
Wildly different.
Luna floats around with her feet out and she throws magic in different ways that also have these kind of like painted smears to them, and like you combine different.
She has like a black magic palette, doesn't she?
Yeah, and you know certain colours of the smears will then boost damage or boost effects on other ones. Mael, she has this stance thing, so you can go in defensive stance where you do less damage but you take less damage. Or you can go into an offensive stance where you do more damage but you'll take more damage. Or then if you do enough of them, you go into this virtuous
flurry,
stance.
Isn't it?
It's virtuous stance where you could do 200% damage, stuff like that. And so you are kind of looking at these synergies between the different characters to do as much damage as possible and do things quickly. If you're good at, I've done boss fights without taking any damage at all because I've nailed those parries, I've nailed those dodges. There's a fucking achievement for it the first time you do it.
It's a good pop. It's a good pop, innit?
It is a good pop, that one. Especially when it's a
You're
hard
like,
fight. When
did I do that? Oh my God.
Did I do that?
Oh my God.
This game features some absolutely stunning music made by a guy they've randomly found on SoundCloud. The music is fucking gorgeous. It looks amazing. The art design, the world design is so good.
Did you fight that? Have you got that as far where you fight that like underwater boss and it's got like the fucking rave music?
Yeah, that was amazing.
So good. It came out of nowhere. I'm like, this me.
It's fucking wild. Like one of the biomes. One of the biomes is like is this underwater thing. It's like you walk into space, it looks like you're underwater in coral reef, and there's bubbles floating around and fish floating above you, but you're in the open air.
It's Flying Water Canyon or something it's called.
Yeah, I've never played such a relentlessly creative game. It's like offensively creative. There's so many cool things about it, and the story, like a lot of JRPGs front load their story to you. You will get, like, you play a Final Fantasy, you will get pages and pages of lore about the world in the first couple of hours. You'll find out who the factions are, why you're playing a fucking child soldier, why your teacher is 18 years old, all this kind of shit. And
random at the end, God will turn up and you have to kill him.
Yeah, whereas with this one, like, for the first 4 hours, you've got no fucking clue what's going on.
And the game doesn't care.
Like, I was going to, even for the first 14 hours, there's still kind of like drips.
Yeah, like within the first kind of couple of hours, your main character, Gustav, he nearly fucking kills himself because he loses all hope and everything. Like, there's a point he puts his gun to his head and has to be fucking talked out of it. Like, there is a huge kind of thread of PTSD
Yes.
going through this of hopelessness, but then also hope.
There's also
because of-
a lot of survivor's guilt in it as well.
there is, like, you have these camps where you talk to the team, and they all kind of have to keep each other going. There's a really sweet interaction between Gustav and so Maëlle. She's 16 years old, and she's his
adopted sister.
adopted little sister. And he's having to G her because she's having survivor's guilt because she thinks she's responsible for things going on because she's getting these nightmares, and it's like there's
She's
so
also
many-
the youngest member of the team, where she didn't have to go on this expedition.
Yeah, she could have had another 9 years, and like all this stuff swirls around, and it's like there's no wonder why this is getting like 92, 93 on Metacritic. This
It's
is
unreal.
a fucking Game of the Year contender, and I haven't even talked about the fucking cast. You got Charlie Cox playing Gustav. You've got Ben Starr's in there. Andy fucking Serkis is in there. Jennifer English, who
yes.
played Shadowheart, plays Maë.
Yeah.
Like, it's so good. And it's like,
The
especially
voice
if you
acting's
have
brilliant. Do you know what's good about it?
the lip syncing
Like the
is not
top-
brilliant. It's terrible.
No, because it's obviously. It's good about it is you can tell the actors are in the same room together because they interrupt each other all the time. They're like, when they're talking about something that it's very realistic dialogue. It's not like press X and it'll like cut the sentence in half. It's just really mixed perfectly.
Yes.
Flows.
Yeah. It's got I can't talk it up enough, and I'm not even out the first act of it yet. Like, just getting to the Gestrel Village was enough for me to say this is my Game of the Year. That place was fucking amazing. Love the Gestrels, little fucking paintbrush lads.
I'll jump in a little bit then. So I beat it. I'm just going to say it now. It's better than Dragon Quest XI. It's now rocked up to my best game of all time.
Jesus.
Wow.
Because
Strong word.
I've seen it to its end, and for me, it's the perfect game. Obviously, you've got to kind of be into the genre, but if any of you like Dragon Quest XI, it's definitely worth playing a more adult kind of version of that, where you got your sense of adventure, your sense of storybook, but with a lot of fucks and merde.
I do like when they drop a random French swear word in there.
Yeah, there's
Does the effervescent star get mentioned at any point?
No. It should though. But it's just what it achieves and how it blew me away, and it's just flawed. Yeah, it might be recency bias. I might go back and go, yeah, Dragon Quest actually tips it in the end. You know what happens, doesn't it? But currently, in my little list, Dragon Quest is now second and Expedition 33 is number one. I know it sounds so weird when a brand new game comes out, you think it's the best game I've ever played.
I think I think for
So
me, and
weird.
I haven't finished Dragon Quest XI yet. It's one of those games I just dip in and out a few hours every so often.
They're very different.
Very different, but I think what it brings it above a lot of traditional JRPGs for me is that the combat doesn't feel like you're doing the same thing over and over again. Like if I'm playing Dragon Quest, go in, it's like fucking with Hero, it's like XXX, it's like frizz attack. You know, it's like keep doing the same things.
Zoom.
Zoom, fucking blonde lass doing mid heal, all that kind of shit. You know, it's the same thing over and over again. Whereas this, like, each enemy responds differently to attacks.
You can't put the pad down.
You can't put the pad down. You've got to be ready to defend or to dodge.
So I've obviously, like I say, I've beaten it, and it took me 3 attempts to kill the very, very, very last final boss. And on that third attempt, that final boss didn't hit me once.
Nice.
That's how I felt like fucking Neo. You know what I mean?
Solve the
you won't
code.
have to dodge. Yeah,
The
you won't
game
have to dodge
expects you
bullets.
to die and die again, doesn't it, before you get the parrying down? But you really do need to learn the parrying, which I found a little bit jarring to begin with, but actually the dodge is
It's
much
doable.
more forgiving.
And
It's doable.
especially that there's not accessories, there's skills that make the parrying window bigger that you find later on. A 50% increase on parrying efficiency gadget later on.
Ooh, could have
Which
done
just
that in
makes you
Sekiro.
feel like a fucking god. You're like, bash, 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 bash. You're just like, psh, 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 psh.
I think some of
fucking
the
good.
enemies will fuck around with your parry window as well. There's
Yeah,
some
they'll slow down.
yeah.
Oh,
they'll,
I
like,
hate that. It's the
coming for a
pause.
delay
Hate
and
it.
like delay it and
And there's somebody's later on, really end game. Once you've killed them, they'll fall on you, and you've got to dodge them and parry them.
That's not even end game. That's on the way to Gestrel
Gestrel
Village.
Village, isn't it?
Oh yeah, there's some of the machines, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's the new gold standard in its genre. Truly, it's not hyperbole. Look at the reviews.
And it's made by a small team as well, right? This is like completely unexpected success story for him, I guess.
It's unexpected to be this quality. Like, I think a lot of people were excited. We were excited when we first saw the trailers for it.
Yeah.
And I think a lot of people were hoping for like a 7 or 8 out of 10 kind of game. No one was expecting a 10 out of 10 game.
It's sensational. It's beyond. It's one of those that will shift people into this genre, like Dragon Quest does for a lot of people, where it's so... Dragon Quest is easy access. This is a bit more full on, but the theming, the adultness of it, how it cares about your time. Like, I fully finished this game in 30 odd hours. Fully. Obviously, I haven't platinumed it because you have to do consecutive runs to do that, but I will. It's just really fucking. It's so special. It's come out of nowhere.
It seems to be that the team that made it. I was watching a video about it, and some of the devs have never been game devs before. I don't mean in terms of like the character artists or the programmers, but some of the HR people, the managers, those kind of roles. A bunch of them haven't been in the games industry before. They're doing it they are just absolutely passionate about games, and that's obviously it's got the job done when you still have that hunger for it and the passion for it. But yeah, I think for me it's, and I've said it to you guys. I think it's the Final Fantasy game I've been waiting for 25 years, and I mean that not just as a spiritual successor, but me as a more mature, grown up person now. That's the game that I need now. It's everything great that I remember about Final Fantasy.
Yeah.
Plus a little bit of grit, plus a little bit of more hard hitting topics.
Melancholy.
Not everything's pretty, not everything. And with Final Fantasy does it as well, but there's some really grim things to look at.
Yeah.
I think Final Fantasy comes off a bit disingenuous when it tries to do grim. Like, there's a lot in Final Fantasy 16 you think you're trying a bit hard.
Yeah. Chill out, 5.
Yeah.
Yeah, it truly is special. One reviewer it really resonated with me because I read the reviews after I'd beat it because I'm a fucking idiot. But one reviewer said, if the Renaissance period of art is to what the art is, this is the Renaissance game period. This is where it starts, where developers can go, we can be artistically creative like that on this kind of game. I thought we had to do bug-eyed anime people for these kind of games. Oh no, we don't. You know what I mean? This is the new Renaissance.
How long did it take? I know it was more than 30 devs, but essentially 30, like an in-house crew of 30 devs.
Yeah.
Do we know how long this production cycle was?
5
years, I think.
4 years.
That's
5 years.
That's nothing. I mean, it's not as long as Final Fantasy game, but still, like 30 hours is a beefy game.
Yeah.
I think as well, like having like Baldur's Gate 3 come out in early access 5 years ago, and then them getting a lot of inspiration from that, like to go like, you can be this creative with this kind of game. How creative can we be with this kind of game? You know?
Yeah, the last thing they did on this game was the English voiceovers.
Yeah,
literally.
Yeah,
they did it last year.
Quick question:
You know what I mean?
Did any of you play Baldur's Gate early access when it very first came out?
No.
I'm just wondering how different it was. From
it was
the
very
final
different.
product.
Very different. The characters look different.
Characters sounded different. I think one actor got recast.
Yeah. But yeah, you've got to play it. It's on Game Pass. No fucking excuses. Just do it.
It's only £40 if you want to buy it on Steam or on PS5.
I mean, Candy's absolutely definitely going to get some special edition when that rocks up.
Oh, 100%.
I'm trying to buy every vinyl.
Oh my god! Right, so they on IGN Store. I'm fucking fuming about this. IGN Store released a 33 prints, limited edition prints, and I got through. I managed to order it. It went through about 4 different times. I'm like, I had to contact IGN Store, and they're like, yeah, sorry about that. We'll refund you. It's like, no, don't refund me. I just want one. It's sold out now. It's gone. No,
I think it's going to be. It's going to become such a cult, like, tentpole release now.
You should try and contact them about that. See if they'll do you a favour.
I've tried.
She's tried.
Yeah.
It'll be such a like tentpole release. It'll be such a like cultural like touchstone in its. Bear in mind, guys, in its genre. I'm not fucking going mad. It's not Half-Life. I'm not going crazy. But we'll look back at this time and go, remember when that popped in? It just changed. I think there's some Japanese devs now looking at their little JRPGs and going, oh, we can't release the next fucking .hack game and it be whatever we. Do you know what I mean? We can't do that anymore now. The game has fucking changed.
Just had a look, Andy. Those prints are back up on the IGN store.
Oh,
Don't fucking
Giving you the
tell
option to add to cart.
the 33 out of 33 ones.
It's character one, so
No, it's the limited edition 33 print lithograph ones.
I can tell you now as well.
but they've got one of Lumiere. Oh no, it's
It's going to be such a cultural thing. There's going to be a lot of tattoos at this, Gandhi.
Oh, I hope so.
So get
Do you
ready.
know what I'm
All the
I'm doing?
gestrels everywhere.
Might get you to do like the 33 badge on my arm.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Do you know what? I don't often mention my YouTube channel on here just because I don't want to, but I'm
Really?
doing 33 paintings in 33 days of Expedition 33. And I did my first one today.
Nice.
So,
I'm
Play it.
I'm requesting a Lune one, please.
okay.
You big pervert.
I don't need a feet. I
A
just want
feet
her.
or
No.
Yeah, play it, guys.
I'm one of Esqui.
Awesome.
oh yeah.
Well, I am going to
Yeah,
play
I
it.
pre-ordered it. I just haven't got round to
Yeah,
it.
I'm going to play it.
You're
when,
gonna get to it, aren't you, Stig? Yeah,
when I-
Stig, you're gonna come back in a few months and go, "Fuck me, you guys
Not in
were
a few
right."
months.
It's definitely up your
literally-
street. This.
It's literally the next game I'm going to play, and I'm right near the game that I am playing, which I'll talk about now.
Woo!
So I literally am about 2 chapters away from finishing this. I think I'm coming up to the last boss now on it, so it's just that, and then whatever there is, epilogue after it. Yeah, I've been playing South of Midnight. So this launched on Game Pass in April. It's a action-adventure game, stars a character called Hazel.
Oh, you're not finished Baldur's Gate 3 yet?
Set in the...
Just thought I'd bring that up.
Why? Do I owe you it?
You had a go at me about my games and what I'm playing. You haven't finished
No,
that one
because
yet.
I've lent you a game that I want to sell
I
to get
know,
money
and
back
I'll
on, and
play
you're
it,
not
that's it.
playing it. Do I owe you?
I'm going to.
Do I owe
I
you
wanted to
Baldur's
finish
Gate
The
3
Witcher
back?
3,
Do I
which I just have.
owe you Baldur's Gate 3 back so you can sell it on?
I hate it when mummy and daddy argue.
No.
No, right?
So
It's so awkward.
let me talk about South of Midnight, please.
No.
Anyway, I'm playing South of Midnight. It's
Next.
action
Next.
adventure on Xbox. It's set in the deep south of America. It plays on all like the kind of mythos and like stories of and lore of the deep south.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's basically the premise is you play as this young girl called Hazel Flood, and she,
I like that name, Hazel Flood.
which is ironic considering her where she lives, the hometown of
Floods all the
Prospero, floods because of a hurricane, and the hurricane pulls her family home away down the river. It still has her mum trapped inside. So as Hazel races to kind of get to her mum, all of a sudden, kind of it becomes this like southern gothic adventure where all these mythical creatures start to appear. And the only way for her to kind of overcome all this is to become a weaver, which is so she can wield magic and stuff. And as you go through this game, you kind of unlock all these new stories about kind of people that lived in the area. Some people that you knew, some people that you don't. It's like all these stories you're locked in, all these ghosts that you have to follow. So all of that is really good. I really like the story.
I'm into it.
I really like the art style, and the music is brilliant. Like I love all of that. I think the combat is very average. And that's where it kind of falters for me. Like it's you go into combat arenas. You don't, so you're wandering around and you go to different areas and you're kind of picking up bits of lore. You can kind of do a bit of exploration. You can go one way and you'll find some kind of upgrade material, which is called like floofs, and like the more of these you get, the more you can unlock in your skill tree, which is barely existent. The skill tree's tiny. It's almost kind of pointless in a way. And you also unlock parts of the story, and then you get to these areas where there's it's like I don't know, she's got to find things called haints, which are nightmarish creatures, and there's almost like this, it's like a plant in the middle of this area, and then you've got to fight all these creatures, and you unweave the creatures, and then you unweave the plant, and it kind of bursts the area into life, and it gets rid of all like the darkness and the the thorns and all that. But that's it for combat. It's kind of like go to one area, do a bit of lore exposition, fight these people, these creatures, unlock, rinse and repeat. I'm kind of being drawn through this because of the story and the music.
Is it one of them that you wish that the gameplay was better to match it and then it'd be an all-timer?
Yeah, I wish that there was things to fight as you wandered around rather than it being specifically, oh, look, there's an area with fights in it.
Yeah.
You can see where they are. You can see where they are. It's like you look at it and you go,
coming.
That's.
The trailer made it look really interesting when that came out. It was like,
it is interesting in its art style and its storytelling and everything like that. Like the
music's
really
great.
Good. The music is brilliant. Hazel's a really good character. I was bumping up against her at the start because she's quite arrogant at the start and she didn't seem to shut up. She's one of those characters that like talk. No, but it's like one of those characters that everything you pick up, she's narrating about what she's seeing and what she's picking up, and like
don't play that Forspoken game.
I was worried it was going to be a bit like that,
that,
but it does kind of relax. She doesn't. Eventually, she kind of has someone that she is talking to, but at the start, you're kind of like, okay, like who? I know this is for me as the players.
Who are you talking to?
Who are you talking to? Who are you walking around having these conversations with? Like, you're just talking
Imagine
to yourself.
if you were walking around town talking to yourself.
Yeah, just picking up a book going, oh, this is the book that Mama used to talk to me about. And when we used to do this and do that, and then just putting it down. Like,
They'll be like security.
yeah, like, I get it. I know the reason why. But
Yeah, because it's for you, isn't it?
I found it quite annoying to start with, but I got used to it. But yeah, it's one of those games. I think TCGS had mentioned it's the perfect analogy was sometimes because it's on Game Pass. Sometimes when you load up Netflix, you want to watch a masterpiece, but not everything has to be a masterpiece. So sometimes you just want a nice, solid, fun 7 out of 10. And this is what this is for me. I know some other people who absolutely love it. I don't have that love for it at all. I think
but you have a respect for it.
Yeah, story-wise, visually, soundtrack, all that is brilliant. Loved that. Combat and traversing the areas, not so much.
I feel like I could watch a playthrough of this and just skip the fight scenes.
You could, honestly, there is an option to just skip the fights. They don't even care.
Probably would.
The devs don't seem to care about the fights themselves.
If it's crap fighting, I'd be like, I'm not doing it.
Yeah, it's not good fighting. It's just a bit shit.
It's a shame, innit?
Yeah, but the stop motion in it as well, I turned that off because I found that really jarring. I didn't think it worked at all.
Does it like look really framey?
Yeah, it looks alright in the cutscenes, but when you're playing in the actual world, it didn't work for me. But yeah, I'm gonna finish it. It's enough for me to finish it. I'm enjoying it enough for me to finish it, but I wouldn't say it's
and then get onto the real goat
anywhere near a game of the year for me at all, personally. But yeah, I mean, we saw a film. Should we talk about that
together, holding hands?
Yeah, we've also watched a TV show as well. Should we talk about that as well?
Yeah, unless Biggie's got something massive to jump in on.
No, I've got the White Lotus.
Brilliant. We'll ignore that then. So, I'm joking. Talk about that if you want. Quickly, because me and Stig are going to talk a bit in a minute.
Thunderbolts. We've both gone to see the Thunderbolts. This is Marvel's latest film.
The end of Phase 5, isn't it?
Number 36. No, it's not the end of Phase 5. Still got Fantastic Four to come.
I thought this was the end, the last one of Phase.
No.
Oh, right.
No, the end is Dooms. Will be...
is
Doomsday,
it?
Yeah.
I thought that was start of a new phase, all that. Never mind.
No. Anyway, yeah, so this is Thunderbolts. I'm just getting information about it because I've forgotten everything. Yeah, it stars Florence Pugh, Sebastian Stan, Julie Louis-Dreyfus, Lewis Pullman, David Harbour, White Russell, Hannah John Kamen. It is basically the story of kind of B characters from Marvel teaming up.
C?
Well, I mean MCU characters, maybe even D. Yeah.
So, let's go even further down.
So you've got Yelena Belova, you've got Bucky Barnes, we have Alexei, the Red Guardian, who was in Black Widow. You've got John Walker, who was Captain America from
CIA agent.
Yeah, US agent.
US agent, that's it. That's
Yeah,
agent.
I always call him Captain America though, because he was a Captain America.
They do.
Yeah, from Falcon and Winter Soldier, and Hannah John Kamen plays Ava Starr, who is Ghost from Ant-Man and the Wasp. And
that villain you forgot.
Yeah, they've basically been drafted by Valentina, who has got them doing all these like covert operations around the world. And when she suddenly gets pulled in front of Congress in the courts in America for what she's been doing, she tries to get rid of them.
She just wants to get rid of all the loose ends, doesn't she?
Yeah.
And these Black Ops agents are the loose ends.
Yeah, but they figure this out and they team up. But
reluctantly.
As part of that loose end, there's also Bob.
Yeah, Bob. Big Bob.
Bob, who... is it a spoiler to say who he is?
Yeah, it is a spoiler.
Yeah, but he's in the
Bob.
trailer. It's in the trailer. Well,
Bob.
okay, we won't spoil it. It's Bob. And you learn more about Bob and who Bob is. And
Bob's got a lot going on.
Well, Bob's got a lot going on. Bob has got a lot going on. Yeah, and it's basically the whole film is just about them kind of trying to bring Valentina down while dealing with Bob and
Trauma.
everything else. And inside of that is mental health, trauma, drug addiction, loneliness, sadness,
it's super adult for
anxiety. Like it's yeah.
I told Stig when I walked out of it, I was like,
no,
it's not like a Marvel film at all. I walked out and I was like, my kids won't watch this. It's not like it's scary or anything like that. It's just not for kids.
Yeah, it's really,
about
really
adults like
it.
shitting themselves in life.
Yeah, like Yelena is at the start of this film. Yelena is going through a massive. She's going through like a proper like crisis moment, isn't she? Like she doesn't know what
what am I doing?
Crisis, what am I doing in my life? What is this? I'm bored. I've got no,
She keeps getting
no
sent
friends
off
or
to these
anything.
missions, and she's always winning.
Yeah, like, and
Sick of it.
it's just really good. The action's really good. I mean, a part of this film just takes kind of place in one location for such a long time. It's
like an elevator episode, isn't it?
Yeah, it's honestly, it's not your typical
A full hour in one place.
Marvel affair at all. And yeah, there is obviously action set pieces and some explosions and kicking and shooting and everything, but
because Winter Soldier's in it.
Yeah, the whole team have great chemistry. I think they all bounce off each other really well. I think it was a really solid and good move for them to center it around Yelena and Florence Pugh. She is basically the main star of this film.
She leads it.
She leads it. It's her film, and that's a smart move. I think both for the film and for PR, because every interview and thing,
she's brilliant, isn't she?
I see her. She's brilliant, and she's front and center, and so she draws people in. The way this ends, the finale is not completely not where I thought it was going to go. It's not typical Marvel.
None of it is,
and it's setting up what's coming next, along with what's just happened with Brave New World. Like it's just really connecting together.
It's such an important film, isn't it?
Yeah, it is, and it feels like I say this to Oodles that where I think the MCU is going with the kind of changes they've made, it's almost like let's once after Endgame just watch the Spider-Mans, maybe more the post credit for Multiverse of Madness, so you know where he is. Brave New World, this and Fantastic Four, and I think that you'll be up to speed with where you need to be.
A tiny phase,
and all the rest of the
you don't need to watch Eternals ever.
Yeah. Maybe watch the opening of Wakanda Forever and then forget the rest, just so you know where T'Challa is. And
watch the funeral scene. That's it.
But yeah, it feels like it's a solid film by itself, but what it's actually coming to is a nice little through point.
I said in my little mini review that it felt to me like the first Avengers assembled.
Yeah,
it felt like a little reset / reboot / we know we went wrong.
It is that, isn't it, as well? And
we're righting our wrongs.
The team don't get along. They don't get along in the Avengers either. They're all fighting each other in that first Avengers.
And at the end, they have a suite where they're all stood together. it's the B-Vengers assembled.
Were they eating shawarma at the end of it?
Nope.
It's good,
But
honestly,
it's really fucking good.
it's a pinch of salt from me. Like I liked Brave New World more than a lot of people. I don't think it's great, but I liked it a lot more than others. Yeah, like I still enjoyed my time with it. It's right near the bottom of the list, but yeah. So sometimes I always say with me it's a pinch of salt because I like Marvel stuff a lot more than others, but it's not all been good.
Do you know what it felt to me like? You know, people that saying I'm fatigued with these films. You can't watch that film and think, "Oh, I'm fatigued."
Yeah, it's
like,
completely
"Woo,
different.
Woo, woo."
It's a good
breath of
thing.
fresh air.
Phase 4 was a lot of very similar films that didn't have the push.
They're only like
the early ones had.
Shang-Chi that was a little bit different. Do you know what I mean? They weren't that much. Obviously, Spider-Man was still quality and stuff.
Yeah, but it was the same format as the previous Spider-Man films. It just happens to have been done really, really well.
Really well, yeah. It's this is like I've been asking for this for the last fucking 5 years, and I walked out and like I went in thinking I'm gonna fucking go mad over this. I'm gonna hate this. Walked out like whoa. I couldn't wait to get out and be like fucking. Whoa. I don't even know how well it's done in box offices or anything like that. I don't know if it's a hit, but it's really fucking good. Quite special, actually.
Yeah,
it's good because the MCU's needed that. Like I haven't watched an MCU film since
Spider-Man.
No, Strange 2. Fucking hated that film.
Well, unless you count Deadpool and Wolverine.
Yeah,
I don't, because it's not really an MCU film. It's
No,
pulling him
not.
into the MCU.
It's the last 20th century Fox film, isn't
Yeah,
it?
it is really, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, watch it, guys. It's good. Really good. White Lotus?
Yeah, Kurt's been banging on about this for a long time. I am a fan of season 1 and 2. Really been looking forward to this, but I wanted it to come out in all one go so that when I had a chance to sort of binge watch it. It's been nice because work has been mega busy, and contrary to belief about my gaming history, I actually haven't played much of them. I started a few of those games literally to get the PlayStation reward points, but simple as that.
That's so funny. I don't know why that's so funny.
That's
what can
horrible.
you actually get with the PlayStation reward points? I'm not being like a dick about it.
No, you do. You
PNGs.
can get vouchers to spend like £5, £10, £20 off on the store if you. So it's like, for example, PlayStation Plus monthly games will come out. If you play one of them, all you have to do is literally install it, play it, start it, and then switch it off, and you get 50 coins.
But doing
for it,
that
so
spends
why
more
not?
time than actually playing a game. Doing that
No,
all
it's
week.
2 seconds. It only takes 2
All
seconds
right,
to do.
so you don't have to do them all.
No, you just choose one, and then you get the coins for it, and you get vouchers. It takes me a
enough.
while to build it up, but why not?
Nice free
But, yeah.
vouchers, isn't it, mate?
Exactly. The White Lotus season 3. I won't bury the lead. It's not as good as 1 and 2, but it's fine. It's follows the same kind of thing. It's called the White Lotus for exactly that. It's set in another hotel. This time it's one of those sort of detox spas in Thailand, but it still comes under the White Lotus banner.
I've been to Thailand. I know what goes off over there.
But it's
You mostly.
written, created by Mike White again, who wrote and directed all the episodes. It's got a pretty big cast, just like the others. For those of you who don't know who's in it, it's Leslie Bibb, Carrie Coon, Sir Walton Goggins.
What? Really?
Sarah Catherine Hook, Jason Isaacs, Lalisa Manabal, Michelle
What is
Monaghan,
this?
and Patrick Schwarzenegger, to name a few, Parker Posey, Amy Lou Wood, Sam Rockwell,
No
and
way. Big Sammy Rockwell.
Scott Glenn, to name a few. Plus a few returning characters from season 1. But yeah, it follows the lives of the staff and the wealthy guests at a wellness resort set in Thailand. It's got your typical. It follows the same kind of thing. So you've got all these different people that go and stay there, and generally they're not that pleasant. Most of them. The Ratliff family, they're all rich, self-centered, culturally ignorant. Apart from the daughter, who's interested in Buddhism, and she's there for research for one of her theses. Wants to go and interview the monk that lives there. Her older brother is arrogant. He's a body and gym obsessed. Played brilliantly by Patrick Schwarzenegger, and it's really interesting. You haven't seen him, He, when you just see someone, you're like, yeah, that's the offspring of a famous person.
I've seen him.
Just a bit of Arnie in him, without a doubt. He's got that charisma and charm.
Hello, Patrick.
But I think he'll do well.
Turn around.
But yeah, he's worshipped by his. He's not a pleasant character, but he's worshipped by his sort of somewhat naive younger brother, who will be turning 18 fairly soon in the movie. Their mum and dad, played by Isaacs and Posey, brash, typical Americans, but everything starts to unfold as some work pressures from home start to escalate, shall we say. You've also got 3 middle-aged sort of girlfriends on the trip, thanks to one of them who's a famous TV star, played by Michelle Monaghan. She paid for the trip, but wishes to try and stay grounded with her best friends. But as the 3 girls get together, their relationship starts to get strained as more honest opinions about each other starts to come out. You've got the wonderful mismatched couple, an older middle-aged guy, played by Goggins, who's clearly troubled and easily irritated. And he somehow seems to have ended up with this very young girlfriend, played by Amy Lou Wood, who's fantastic. And he's paid for the trip, but she's very spiritual and believes they're like soulmates, and she thinks she can fix him. So there's a real clash of personalities. And she's amazing. I've never seen her, as far as I'm aware, in anything. She's
Apparently,
really
the two
good.
of them got on like a house on fire when filming it. Like they're
How
the
can
best
you not
time
get on
filming
with
it.
Goggins?
No, but like,
Their charisma
specifically,
when they're together is
Goggins,
really good.
very
but they're
specifically,
supposed to
Goggins
clash.
got on with her so well, is what I mean.
I want to go out to drink with Goggins.
You would
Why
do
do
know
you
he
even
takes
in
a
this-
gun
to
with
go
him.
to his whiskey bar? He's got a whiskey bar.
He's
in his
grumpy as hell in this TV show, but he does it in a way that you still couldn't help but want to
Love
like you
him.
say, have a drink with him. Yeah. And there's a nice touch. There's 2 main characters that are from Thailand. Guy Tok, the hotel security guard, he's infatuated with one of his colleagues, Mook, who's very pretty, and he hopes he can impress her to go out on a date with him. And then very finally is Belinda, who's the returning spa manager from season 1. She's out there for professional training with one of the wellness experts, but then their relationship becomes more than professional. And it is a slow show. Let's just be completely honest about that. That's what I like about it. It's a slow build up to whatever happens. It all starts off with that introduction, that first, or maybe going into the second episode, you get introduced to all these characters, where they come from, what they're about. And then just things slowly start to unfold. And yeah, it does it very similar to what happened in the first one. The only difference here actually is that there isn't technically a murder, that somebody isn't killed and you don't know who did it. This is just a bit more of a focus on all the different characters as they interact and the things that go on in their lives.
Has anyone else
But,
seen these shows then? Or is it just Biggie?
I
I've
watched
wanted to.
the first episode of the first season, thought it was all right, enjoyed the Sydney Sweeney, and then
What?
read up a bit, and then read up a bit about the creator,
You
and
just
thought,
don't
no,
listen.
I'm not going to. Yeah, Sydney Sweeney's in the first
Sweeney's
season.
in it.
Yeah,
Is it
she's
on
swanning around in a
Netflix?
bikini for most of it.
Is it on Netflix?
No, it's Now TV.
Jennifer Coolidge is in 1 and 2.
Gosh.
Yeah,
But they're great.
Yeah,
They're just...
I turned off when I heard the views of the creator. I'm like, nah, I'm all right.
Well, I just like the acting. I like the stories. I think it's...
No, that's fine.
They're clearly looking
You're
at
allowed to
different
like it, pal.
types of people that we all kind of know in our own way. And yeah, the bitterness is really... And it's funny as well. It's not always just drama. There's obviously some brutal sort of cutting comments as well.
Is it like America's version of Benidorm?
No,
No.
no, far
Imagine
from
though
that.
if it were Americans
It can be-
remaking Benidorm, it'd be
It's
brilliant.
not as funny, but it can be
Florida.
quite cutting, like the Succession. There's some quite brutal stuff that comes out of the conversations. But the 3 girls, for example, the friends, the cattiness that comes out from them, the bitchy comments behind the back of one of the others throughout is just... It just goes to show that you kind of get that's what people are, the two-faced.
Tell you what I'm
sort
going
of
to do,
people.
Biggie, as well. I'm going to watch the first episode tonight and see how it works.
Yeah, okay.
You've mentioned
But
names
it's a
in
slow
this
burn,
that I
it's a
really
talkie,
like.
mate.
Sydney's
But there is
an
a bit of... But there's a
Do
bit of
like Sydney
farce
Sweeney.
occasionally. It's a drama comedy. It's obviously making comments on all sorts of things that happen. in
Yeah,
the
I'll
world,
watch.
but-
I've got no on now, TV show wise.
First season also has Murray, what's his name, who played Frank in The Last of Us.
Yes.
He's in it. He's in it.
Yeah. He's the hotel
But
manager. He's so funny.
He's the concierge with a slight drinking problem, and he's very
He's also
Australian.
incredibly handsome.
Very handsome, very camp in this one. He's got a nice little mustache.
But there is a really good monologue by Sir Rockwell in this.
Oh, don't. I love Sam.
Which I won't ruin any more than that, but it's brilliant. It's so good.
I wonder where he's been. So he's been in White Lotus.
They hid his cameo for the show. No one, somebody else was supposed to be in it. I've forgotten who they were, and they dropped out.
Wow.
And he was the last minute replacement, and he just crops up in episode 4.
Imagine choosing Sam Rockwell as your last minute replacement. One of the fucking
he's
best
great. He's
character
so
actors
good.
ever.
And he's friends with Walton Goggins in this as well. So
I know.
You've got the two of them together on this as well.
I want them to do a podcast.
A Godcast.
Yeah, I liked it. If you liked 1 and
Godcast.
2, you'll like this. It's probably the worst one out of the 3. But I like.
Don't mean
them
it's
all.
bad though, does it?
Fine. No,
Men.
that's it.
Okay, cool. Well, we have watched another TV show, but we've been going on for ages, so we'll
We'll
maybe
talk about
save
it in the
that.
green room.
Yeah. Right, Gadget. Has any of our listeners left us feedback on what they've been up to this last 2 weeks?
Yes, we've got some feedback, and thankfully they've all gone into detail. So,
yes,
let's
it's
get
gone along.
cracking into it. First up, the sentient collection of prawn crackers, previously known as Bobby Wayne, has said, "Pleasant day, Padawans," because we're recording this on the 4th of May.
Yeah.
Sorry I've not been in touch. Seems most of my Sunday evenings I've been rotated to work. So I've been doing quite a lot of that lately.
You were fucking pissed last night, Em.
Recently, I've sunk a lot of hours into Commandos Origins, a World War II real-time strategy game where you take control of a group of commandos and complete various missions. There are some good mechanics, moving your soldiers to avoid enemy fields of view and positioning yourself to take them out, hiding the bodies to maintain concealment. If you get spotted, you can initiate combat, but the enemy AI is unforgiving, and you don't stand much of a chance against them. There's a cool feature where you can queue up orders for your soldiers while the game is paused and hit either hit play to have them all act at once or individually initiate each order
like when
to
games
time
do
your
that.
takedowns perfectly. It isn't without its bugs, though, and after resorting to finding online help for a bug I'd encountered, the online community have been quick to berate this game as the weakest in the franchise. Still, I've enjoyed it. The Commandos games are great. Always loved them.
Yeah, I liked. They did a remaster of one recently, and I think it's really good.
That's it.
I think
Commandos
it's might be
Origins.
is that?
That's
Sorry.
what he's been playing.
Rob, mate, you saw how much I drank last night, so come on.
I've also been playing the Oblivion remaster, otherwise known as Oblivs. Right, Candy?
Yep. Absolutely.
It's been brilliant to relive the nostalgia I have for what was my first Xbox 360 game. Although, again, this isn't without its bugs. That's by design. And it's probably a little too demanding for my laptop now. Nope, that's just the game. So I'm having to reduce some of the settings. Yep, that's the game. I'm playing a battle mage, mixing claymores with fireballs. Nice. I've set myself a rule to avoid stealth and archery as it's a little overdone and adds a nice change of gameplay from my Skyrim days. I'm also not fast travelling where I can to help push myself to explore more. It's
Is that
definitely
what
worth
most
the play
people
for
do
the-
then? Become archers?
Yeah, it's so easy to do stealth.
Remember when
and
I
archery
played Skyrim this year and I had to become an archer because I didn't like using my sword?
Yeah, that's the Bethesda fantasy way of doing things.
Oh, fucking hell.
Lastly,
Did you
for
play
today's
this,
feed,
Andy?
I've played it for about 3 or 4 hours. I'm
got
waiting
Clair
to
Obscur
do a full
to
review.
play.
Yeah, exactly. It got in the way, but I will do a full.
Fake
and she was getting
Bethesda
mad at
fan.
lockpicks.
Fake Bethesda fan.
Fucking the lockpicks, though, man. Oh!
Lastly, for today's
Good.
feedback, I had my last-minute stag party yesterday, organised by one Oodles O'Quim, ready for
Hello.
me getting married in 2 weeks. If I had to review him, I'd give him a 10 out of 10 as a drinking buddy, but 3 out of 10 for sticking to plans. We were supposed to meet at the train station at 1, Kenneth.
I were already in Leeds. Getting pissed.
We hit a karaoke bar, tried cocktails, and explored a retro gaming bar. Many thanks to one of my dearest friends for making the arrangements. May the force be with you, Bobby.
You're welcome, son. You're welcome. Can't wait for the wedding 2 weeks.
My wedding
Bridesmaids.
anniversary.
Bridesmaids.
Yes, happy anniversary, Biggie.
Oh, yeah. Happy anniversary, sir. Thanks for the invite to your anniversary.
Didn't want you there.
was
Just
gonna-
wanted to be with my
Are
wife.
we going to set up the camera in corner room? In the cooker corner.
Mike Holstetter said, whilst waiting for my next credit for Dungeon Crawler Carl Book 2, I took the time to listen to the Audible dramatised version of 1984 with Andrew Garfield, Cynthia Erivo, and Tom Hardy, amongst others.
Yeah, I did.
And it was really good.
So good.
It's my first exposure to the story, so I can't say if it's better or worse than other versions. It's a good version.
Yeah,
It's a different version.
The sex scene is a bit weird to listen to, must be honest.
I liked it.
It's
Like,
kind of glossed over in the book, isn't it?
Yeah, I'm not.
I lit
I'm
a
not,
candle when that happened.
I'm not like a prude. Like I can watch sex scenes on stuff, but it's just like listening to them kind of go at it in your ears with no visuals. It's a bit like,
Mate, that bit happened
Was
to
it
me
like
when I was on
that?
bus. I was on bus home. I was on bus home and I was getting a bit red in face.
He then says, I've also listened to the recommended albums from the Patreon special. It's a good mix of music.
Nice.
Yes, because we have good taste. Gaming-wise, I've done a little bit more cyberpunk. I really do struggle with first-person games. And then I decided to play one of the Assassin's Creed games that I never got around to playing, so I'm currently cutting about ancient Greece as Cassandra, stabbing fuckers with my half a spear in Odyssey.
It's the best one.
This one is my brother's favourite because he's really into ancient Greece, and I'm having fun with it. So I'm having fun with it so far, even if I actually have to parry and dodge in this one, not just attack like in Valhalla.
Yep.
I don't remember watching any films, but we started watching Elementary on Prime, which is a different take on Sherlock Holmes, starring Johnny Lee Miller, sick boy from Trainspotting, and Lucy Liu as Jane Watson, as they solve crimes in America.
In America?
That sounds
Yeah,
dreadful.
it's in New York.
Sounds fucked up.
It came out at the same time as BBC Sherlock, so really what we had was two really bad versions
What
of
do they have?
Sherlock at the same
The
time.
Hounds of the Baskerville-Steins. Do you know what I mean? What the fuck? I can make that joke. What the fuck?
It basically became like a police procedural, so it was like random crimes in New York, and I think Watson was like the fucking city morgue or something like that, the coroner or something.
I'm in. I'm fucking in.
And like they fucking leaned into Sherlock having like fucking various drug addictions. Like he lives in an unfurnished apartment on the Upper East Side.
He
and
loves
shit
his
like that.
opium.
Oh, big opium fan, and you're like, oh.
I like the way
I'm
Mike mentions it's a different take, but he didn't actually say if it was any good or not.
I don't care. I'm in.
It's not. It's not. Next up, because I'm changing the order of things because Xenos' feedback is quite long, so we're going to do that one last.
Only for patrons.
So we're doing Be a Battered Boy, Angry Kurt. Man likes a fish. I've had a quiet couple of weeks. Gaming-wise, I started and quickly abandoned the Metroid Prime Remaster due to its save rooms being miles away from the boss rooms, which is my biggest pet hate in gaming.
They are quite
It's a shame, as everything else I was enjoying. If they were to make it one of the GameCube games they release on NSO for the Switch 2, I would probably go back to it and take advantage of the save states feature on that service.
Yeah. Oh, that's a really good shout, actually.
So whilst I wait for Doom the Dark Ages in a couple of weeks, I didn't want to start anything big, so I'm just chilling out with Peggle 2 and going for the platinum.
The GOAT. Love Peggle 2.
Film-wise, I watched Deadpool 2 for Modern Escapism and enjoyed it. Still funny and had some good emotional moments. Looking forward to listening to the episode this week. TV-wise, I watched Daredevil for Never Watchers, and which I adored and finished. And finished season 1 of Mad Men.
Yes.
I wouldn't personally put it in my all-time shows yet, but it was very good, and I still have many seasons to go. You have 6 seasons to go. Get caught up. I've started season 4 this week.
Mad Men gets better.
It does. Reading-wise, I finished the excellent Newcomer and have started a video game annual from the website VGC. They did an annual covering the biggest news stories from the last year, along with a compilation of their previews and all the reviews they did. It's really good, and I hope they do one every year going forward.
Yeah, Biggie's releasing one this year of all these breaking news.
Oh, God.
Biggie's annual. Imagine that.
I can just see the Biggie annual like artwork, like the Beano of Biggie on the front.
And his face, his face up front, thumbs up, sausage in mouth.
I used to get a Beano like annual every year when I was younger.
Yeah. Ugh, God.
A Royal
I never actually read
Rovers.
the Beano outside of that.
No,
I did. I got it every week.
the Beano Omnibus.
I used to get Beano every week.
No, that's. I'm saying my
it.
grandma used to get me them for Christmas. I'd never read the Beano. It's just
Yeah,
like,
Whizzer and
I
chips.
loved it, honestly. Loved
What's
the Beano.
Dennis up to now? The bloody hell.
So, last up, Xenos'
2000
feedback.
AD.
Last up, Xenos' feedback. And strap in, lads and lass. This is a long one. So, I've got two things for you this week. First one's more or less standard, the second one isn't. Firstly, I played through Celeste. I don't know how many of you are familiar with this, but it's been out for several years now. It's a precision platformer based around a girl called Madeline, climbing a fictionalized version of Mount Celeste in Canada, and confronting her fears and anxieties along the way. I went through the entire base story over the course of 3 evenings, and my review is, ow. I think this main game thing has taught me I'm not nearly as experienced enough with analog sticks to do platforming like this, and that my reflexes are really not what they used to be. My left thumb is still actually kind of sore from playing it, even though I finished it last week, and I just can't seriously consider playing the extra 2 chapters added to the release after that.
Really good.
Yeah, they're also brutal as fuck.
Yeah.
And then there's the other thing. I'm still not sure it's a good idea, but I had to let Gadget, me, know that I was going to do this ahead of time, so it didn't seem fair for him to not know when he's going to read this out for me. That said, it's kind of funny that I'm sending you this week, in the week that Scorched Sheep had all your backstory secrets come into play. You all by
Spoilers.
now know... You all know by now I like to tell a story, so I hope you'll indulge me for a few minutes. Are you all ready to indulge,
Sure.
Xenos?
Chapter
Hang
1.
on, let me get into my indulging trousers. Right, there we go.
I need to put my Xenos underwear on a second.
I've known you both for about 3 years now, having joined the Discord server in March 2022. I don't
Best friend.
don't tend to talk much about what's going on in my life offline. Obviously, there's the rule against politics stuff, but I just don't think any of my day-to-day is interesting. I just kind of exist in a physical space while everything that makes me me happens on the internet. There's been kind of a lot of stress building up over the last year or so, which I haven't talked about, but I thought I was holding up okay until the beginning of March when I exploded at some of my friends over something completely trivial. And I've been trying to work out what the hell was going on with me to do that. So I've been looking inwards for the first time in years. I'm terrible at introspection and always have been. I don't really like thinking about myself. There are a few aspects of me I'm happy with, but I really don't look after myself nearly as well as I should, and I pour basically all my spare time into hobbies where I don't have to acknowledge the person that's actually doing them. Then on the morning of 20th of April, Easter Sunday mind you, I logged onto Blue Sky at about 9 in the morning and saw a clip from a streamer I follow who goes by Proton John. It's just titled Introducing, and I thought, oh, okay, wonder what's going on here. John has a really supportive community, so I've been following the stream VODs for years, even though being in Canada, the time zones don't line up for me in the UK to be in the chat. The clip is her coming out as trans and introducing herself as Clair for the first time. She's been on HRT for 2 years already and hiding it from most of her community because she was afraid of the potential reaction. And I just felt something shift in my heart in a way I can't properly explain. It's like trying to change gear in a car and then finding a completely new set of gears you didn't know were in there. I have to thank Claire for making the date memorable, at least. If there was ever going to be a day to break an egg, it might as well be Easter, right?
True.
So let me introduce myself anew. Hi, I'm Xenos. And it turns out the reason I felt terrible for most of my adult life is that it's taken me 30 years to work out that I'm trans. My pronouns are she, her, but I won't judge anyone for forgetting, given that I'm new to this myself. I seem to have picked the worst possible moment to have this revelation, given everything going on in the world right now. This is going to be the scariest thing I've ever done, but I actually feel alive for the first time in 20 years. And if my living has to be an act of revolution, then I'm in for the long haul. And yes, this is why I suggested media that changed your life for a Patreon special topic.
Oh, Xenos.
Oh, I'm going to cry,
Proud?
Xenos.
Proud of you.
I
Absolutely.
can't bloody
What a
joke
step.
about that.
What a step. Don't you
Yes.
dare joke about that.
Yeah,
That's stunning.
Xenos kind of
Yeah.
brought this up to me a few days ago and said, like, I want to do a thing. It's like, can I do this? Like, would this be unfair? Do you want to see it? I was like, yeah, fuck yeah. And like, you know, she took us through everything and took me through like how she was feeling and all the revelations and all that. And I was like, yeah, fuck yeah, do this. We're your friends.
Fucking absolutely. I'm honoured in a way that you want to come out like that, and we'll help you. We'll support you.
Oh yeah,
Absolutely. You're in a safe space.
and if you need to
Love
throw,
you.
a Molotov at a politician, I'll be passing them to you.
Absolutely.
Oh, I'm really proud of
absolutely.
you. That's awesome.
I'm done up. I'm done up.
Yeah.
With that. Absolutely.
The revolution
And I'm
will be
sure it
sparkling.
couldn't have been easy. So that's like you
Almost
say,
cured
just
my hangover. Not quite.
having that revelation is amazing.
Stunning.
There is one thing that she said to me, and like when she realised this, that, and I'm not going to detail everything in our conversation on it, but she
Of
did
course.
say she's felt better than she has in years.
Yeah.
Like her brain went a bit quiet for a while, which is a good thing.
Love that.
You go, girl.
Yes.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
I can't do that thing. I'm not very good at that.
I'll do it for you. Yeah,
Thanks,
absolutely. We are a very, very fluid podcast as it is, and we like it. So,
One more on the discard for Team Candy. There's more of us.
More girls.
Oh God.
And if you need to come out to your family, please contact Biggie for customized coming out messages.
Remember as well, he's a HR expert. That man is a HR expert. That thing there is an HR
Joe
expert.
Willies and Fannies.
Oh God.
For fuck's sake.
Yeah, that's beautiful, Dennis. Thank you as well. Thank you very much for feeling like you're comfortable enough to do that. It's an honour.
Yeah.
Absolute honour.
I wonder what kind of characters also in D&D that she might be playing now with the change as well. That'd be quite interesting.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Absolutely. Oh, it's stunning. I love it. Love it. I've had.
Just
two
don't
friends
come
out
to me
this week
for
now.
accent advice. That I'm not
No.
so good at,
No, well, yeah. Oh, so,
amongst other things.
Yeah, that's genuinely wonderful. And, like, thank you for feeling like, you could trust us to tell us and bring that news to everyone. Yeah.
It's genuinely
Amazing.
touching, isn't it?
Yeah.
That's going to go down in
100%.
one of the memorable moments, I think, for us. So, well
I'm
done,
happy
you.
for her as well, obviously, because it's
Yeah.
it's
yeah.
maybe they can move forward a bit now.
You be you, babe. You do what you need to do. Do it. Fuck anyone else that says
If
otherwise.
you'd like to leave us feedback or like to come out with life-changing things like Zenos has, then
Yeah.
catch us. You can contact us on all of our social medias. On
We've
Blue
had everything
Sky.
on this podcast. We've
Yeah.
had babies. We've had people coming
I'm just
out.
relieved, to be
Yeah,
honest,
just-
that she didn't go on about Destiny, to be perfectly honest.
Oh, she
There
will.
he is.
Don't worry.
There he is.
She's coming back.
All of our extracurricular activities found in the show notes. Head over to patreon.com/modern escapism and you can get sign up there for the Biggie Bundle because the Biggie Bundle is the best bundle. It gets you everything. It gets you all the Modern Escapism monthly episodes, the bonus ones. It gets you our current Modern Escapism episodes. We are 3 films away from finishing that. And obviously it gets you Scotch Sheep as well. So, which is lots of things have just happened in Scotch Sheep as well. So get on that. Yeah.
Are you kidding?
Yeah.
Good God.
Quick one on the Patreon month special. I haven't told anyone else this. I just decided to do it by myself.
Stig's coming out now.
No, because last month we didn't do a vote and we just did what we wanted to do. I've come up with a concept for this month and basically tell us what you want us to talk about. Give us some topics, give us some ideas, and we will talk about it and we'll do that. So I already have some on Patreon. People have already responded. Send us more. Just keep sending them. Send me questions, send me topics, and we'll go through them and we'll do an episode on it. So keep them coming. Don't
Absolutely.
don't think that if you've already given me 3 ideas, just keep them coming in and we'll decide which ones we like and we'll do that. So
We will lay back, asses in the air for you guys because you're paying for us.
yeah, pretty much.
Hang on. Whoa.
You're first. You're first.
Welcome to Thunderdome.
Yeah, indeed.
Welcome to Modern Centipede.
Modern extortionate.
But after that wonderful news from Zenos, Candy's going to bring the tone down. It's Candyland.
Oh, yeah. I forgot it was my go now. God.
And now, what's up in Candyland?
Oh, this is going to be rubbish in comparison to that. Although I did have a good idea. This is cool. So, we're going to be hopefully terraforming planets. Maybe one day
Oh, no.
we'll be able to
Here we
terraform
go.
planets. Right.
Right.
Thanks to Her Royal Highness Katie Price. Not Katie Price. What's her name?
Perry.
Perry.
Katy Perry.
Katie Price did not go to
That would be worse. She's been
The Earth has
terraformed
just-
enough.
has just procured 2 new satellites in space. Katie Price is up there.
Sorry, Katy Perry. You've had enough this week already.
When she kissed the ground, my God.
Oh,
That's
she kissed the
amazing.
ground and she
10
liked
minutes.
it. What a bet.
Harvey!
She's embarrassed womankind. Katie Price, whatever your name is.
She's seen the clip-
Perry.
she's seen the clips from her tour. My God.
Oh.
$400
Anyway.
ticket.
So when we terraform, like this is going to be way far in advance, right? Or maybe not, who knows? But presumably we'll have access to like loads of planets, not just
all of them.
our solar system ones, right? We could terraform planets to whatever we want. So like,
no.
so like you know, right? How like movie directors, you wouldn't just have a film directed by Steven Spielberg. Planet terraformed by Steven Spielberg.
Oh my God.
Planet Spielberg.
Full
I
of-
like that. I like the
Full
sound
of
it.
dinosaurs.
Dinosaur planets,
Could be. He
like
could
a
have a
theme
whole
park.
solar system. He's fairly prolific.
Yeah.
But,
Dinosaurs.
what ab-
Sharks.
What about
ETs.
a Zack Snyder planet where time goes a little bit slow?
Oh yeah, and
You
music's
will age
always
slower.
fucking. That song's always playing Hallelujah. That's just in the atmosphere.
Biggie'd
You know what-
stay there, though, because sex would last longer in Zack Snyder's world.
Yeah. You know what Mars would be?
Catching strays here, Biggie. Catching some strays.
Oh, fucking episode. We didn't want
I need
James
that
Cameron
explained
doing it either. The planet would never get finished. It'd take 10 years to get it done.
Also, I need that phrase explained to me. I don't know what catching strays mean.
Catching stray bullets in a gunfight.
It means that you were minding
Explain
your own,
further.
you were
I'm
reminding your own
taking pot shots at him.
Yeah, you were minding your own business, and somebody just decided to take a pop shot at you.
Oh, fucking people do that to me all the time.
I know, right? It's not nice, is
Catching
it?
strays, fucking
Yeah, because
minefield.
you're supposed to be Professor Candy of Candyland. And
So, yeah, Mars,
fuck knows
Doom.
what goes off in that mind. Doom. Oh,
Doom,
yeah, we're
yeah.
going to unleash hell. Brilliant.
Sweet. What else could you have?
But
think, like-
imagine though if you could terraform Mars and do a Doom thing, but it become this like fucking theme park experience where you're given the super shotgun, you've got to run through a load of demons.
It kind of would
Yeah.
be, wouldn't it? Like planet theme parks. Or whole
Why are you all
solar
thinking of
system.
nasty ones? Why can't we have like a planet that's made of flumps? I love flumps. You could just eat
Steven
flumps.
Spielberg wouldn't be a nasty one.
He would. T-Rex is chasing you.
Mm.
And little
Yeah.
ET's trying to poke you. No thanks.
What are you doing with that finger?
E.T. wasn't a rapist.
You
Well,
asked
as
his
far as
date
you know.
ET.
The
Maybe
charges
that's why
were
he was
dropped.
excommunicated.
Amazing.
But it could be games. It could be artists.
Oh,
you could have
Dragon Quest Planet where I just have Puff Puff all day. Amazing.
yeah, there you go.
Isn't this just the Oasis from Ready Player One?
Yeah, pretty much.
But real.
But
But you
real.
could live there. You could live there though.
Who'd
Like,
want to
you'd
live on
move to
planet
a-
Doom? Fucking hell.
Someone
Chance,
would want to
mate.
live on planet.
You're trying to
Doom.
rest and a
Goths.
chuffing a revenant demon walks in and starts blowing you up.
Like,
No
I know
thanks.
that soundtrack is great, but waking up to every morning to just
God, I know.
oh my god, not again.
Fucking hell, put some Vivaldi on.
Gandhi
Yeah, I
would live on
think
Planet
it's lit.
Ghost.
Yeah, I live on
Planet
Planet Ghost. There could be like a
You already
Glastonbury
do,
planet.
mate.
Yeah, I do. And yeah, I think it'd be fucking sweet because you could have whole
I like how
solar
I like how
systems.
you're all avoiding the fact that some of you in this little chat would be in planet RGB, and everything will just be RGB.
I don't need to move planets for that.
The sun would be an RPG. Like that.
Purple
Just
sun.
changes.
Why can't my fucking smart home connect to the goddamn sun?
Or planet gamer bed, where it's just one big gamer bed.
We just roll around in our beds that are remote controlled. Oh, that'd be all right actually. Just staying in bed all day.
That's Wally.
Yeah, that'd be all right.
It's food for thought, Candy. It's food for thought.
I think it'd be good. Anyway, sorry, I just went on a little flight of fancy there. I was deciding where I was going to live.
That's Candyland. Candyland's always a
Candyland.
flight of fancy.
Yeah. I like it. I like this Candyland. I like that. I'm into
Anyway,
How would
it.
that's
it work
Candyland.
though?
I'm
would
into it.
somebody else choose the planet you're going to go
Fuck
to?
knows,
Like,
Biggie, mate.
how's this
Fuck
work?
knows.
You
Well,
get
it
this
depends.
random
You might
choice
just be-
of planet you get allocated to. Like you turn up, one of them is the whole planet is LV426. You're like, oh, for
Fuck
fuck's
it.
sake.
You're like, fuck's
I
sake,
can't
I'm on
get a
Schindler's
break.
List world. Fuck.
You
And I'm
know,
the
that
worst
might not be
person to
something
be
somebody
there.
created.
Fuck.
No, I think it'd be sweet.
Okay.
Cool. Well, that's it. That is another podcast done for the week, and we'll see you in 2 weeks' time for another Modern Escapism. I always keep getting it mixed up with Modern Escapism. I catch myself
You've
thinking,
got Modern
I
Escapism,
know, I said the right one. Yeah, Modern Escapism. That's us. If you're a patron, you'll find us in the green room. If you're not, this is it. Time to say goodbye. We'll see you soon. Bye.
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 Well done, Xenos.
Well done. She's not won fucking World Cup. Well done. Well done.